Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, lovers of Age of Empires, and random people who stumbled onto this video, this premiere, just because of that YouTube algorithm, that mysterious YouTube algorithm that, like the Wizard of Oz, governs everything and controls everything. Hello and welcome to a best of 5 winners match, part of the fastest chaos deathmatch tournament, of which I am a co-host, co-caster. But this one will be a solo mission. We've got 2 players. Now, before we dive in, I see the players have already started trying to snipe each other's villagers here with a cavalier that they both started with. We'll keep an eye out on the bottom right of our screen to make sure that we catch any villager deaths. But before we get into this, I have heard rumors of this set whispered in hushed tones so as not to spoil anything, that this is definitely a set that I would want to cast. Now let's take a look at the players, because these are 2 cool civs, and we're seeing a camel versus camel opening. But we've got PoLaR in gray. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that PoLaR is a Brit, a fellow member of the Commonwealth. On the other side of the map, we've got True, I believe an American, I guess a former part of the Commonwealth. So it has yet to be seen whether this set turns out to be a 1776 with True prevailing, or an 1812 where our Brit prevails. By the way, if you're not familiar, the host right now, speaking of myself, because I am a giant narcissist, while the players already start the game, am Canadian. And so we very much love learning about the War of 1812, because it is pretty much the only time we have been able to stand toe-to-toe with the might of the American military. Although I guess in 1812 we weren't technically Canadians, we were still subjects of His or Her Majesty. I don't exactly remember at the moment. Oh my god, this camel derping out here, whether it was a His or Her Majesty at the time. Somebody in the comments, somebody during the premiere, let me know. Oh, we've got ourselves a hyper random map where Stormy the dog is already flying around. I think Otter told me, my fellow awesome co-host, the Otter one, told me that these dogs replace some of the flying birds, although I see here that there are still hawks. In any event, we've got the Malians taking on the Hindustanis. We've got one side with Imperial camels, and we've got one side with heavy camels and Farimba, one of the craziest upgrades in the game. Take a look at their base attack, jumping up from 7 to 14 with that crazy upgrade against the 15 attack of the Imperial camel. I'm looking at the Gulam. I thought that was a wrong stat. Oh my god, can I click a unit? 12 attack of the Imperial camel rider. Anyway, that's enough of an introduction. Let's just dive right into the game. It looks like our Hindustani tried to make some leeway into the Malian base and failed miserably. Although a nice run by of 10, now 9, I guess 9, now 8 camels are going to try to get some reinforcements, but the Malian siege is already here. Now, if you're not familiar with what you are watching, the Fastest Chaos is a deathmatch tournament. That is a variant of Age of Empires, where everyone starts the game with 55,000 resources. In Imperial Age, you get 20,000 food, 20,000 wood, 10,000 gold, 5,000 stone, and you have all of your technologies researched already. So for example, the Malian camels come with their Farimba attack, whereas the Hindustani, might want to go back to your settlement there, buddy. Whereas the Hindustani, for example, their hand cannoneers start with Shatagni, so they have that crazy 9 range. It looks like these guys took a bit of a slap to the face, retreated a few siege workshops, already trying to flank our Malian base. Now, that last thing I'll say about the Fastest Chaos Deathmatch Tournament is that it is played on hyper random maps, which means I have no clue what these maps are like. I don't know what they're going to spawn. I don't know if they're going to spawn nice or if they're going to spawn a bunch of sewer water like this. But whatever it is, we've got demo ships. Demo ships heading straight for the Hindustan. He doesn't really need them with these onagers doing all the work for him. Holy moly. Did the Hindustani army evaporate? I have incredibly mixed feelings about the Hindustani. On paper, a fantastic civilization with so many super cool features. Dying, I guess, is one of them here, as True just butts his head into a bunch of demos. Doesn't seem to mind too much. He's already got a castle up to the center. But these maps, I'm going to zoom out, for example. This map, what is going on in this map? We've got a bit of an 8 shape in the middle with a lot of traversable shoals that are accessible to both land and water units. But then you've got these waters, I think, still accessible. So everything here on the map is accessible to land units, but only the blue and the sewage water is accessible to naval units. It looks like our Malian seems to be in firm control of the center island here. Castle went up, Castle went down, but True still has 55 army supply. He's got double the villager count. Incredibly important, especially for two civilizations like this. Both of them, by the way, having gold related bonuses, so that should be pretty fun to watch. One, the gold income is 10% faster. One drops off 10% more gold. That being said, how many gold miners do we actually have? 40 to 44. Deathmatch, a variant where if you just spend your bankroll super duper quickly, like these two players did without the supporting economy, and we'll take a look at the minimap while the bombardment of the Hindustani base begins. Both players have expanded on the island they started in. If you don't get your economy up and running, man, you are going to get absolutely overwhelmed. Now, the question is, why is True hiding a bunch of camels to the south and to the west of PoLaR's base? Is this for a run by at an opportune moment? Fantastic use of camels here. Camels generally absolutely dog shit at raiding, but with that 14 attack, they are pretty damn good. And 4 pierce armor, decent armor to protect against the castles. How many kills, by the way, on the Gebetos? 34, not the greatest for 39 units. These siege onagers continuing their absolute decimation of everything blue that heads their way. Let's see if these pike can survive. Oh, the attack round's not great. He's going to close on the Trebs, and now the Trebs might get friendly fired here. No, he relies on his Gebetos. I keep saying Gebetos, even though I know it's Gebetos, according to the Liquipedia site, I think. Camels engaging underneath the town center. They will not get that town center. They are not Hindustani camels, with which both come with an attack bonus against buildings, +2, and they attack 25% faster, I want to say. You'd think that the host, the co-host slash caster of the game would know these things. No, I think they attack 20% faster. Yeah, I don't know where I got the 25. I just casted a game with Dravidians with elephant archers, so I think that's where I got the 25. But it looks like our Malian double the army count. Not bad villager, 96 to 122 numbers, but these Gebetos are just shredding whatever is left standing after these Trebs get their way with it. Oh, we've got some demo ships. Demo ships heading right into this navy, but I don't think he was paying attention. True loses all of his demos. He's starting to train 11 more. But that takes time. 11 units do not pop out super duper quickly. These camels are still here. Do they not see any of this? Okay, they see the town center, but there's already 2 towers, 2 keeps, and the heavy camels engage here. Remember, camels do come with bonuses against camels. A bit of a backstab, gets 2. No, gets only 1 onager, and that is all she wrote for the blue army. Our Hindustani here seems to be collapsing. The center of his base has been penetrated. He's lost control of the one of 3 relics. But let's keep an eye on these demos to make sure we don't miss any big explosive developments. I mean, I want to look at them, but I also want to look at the dog. What the hell's that dog doing here? Let's see it. Let's see it. A bunch of them die before they close. Okay, good shots, but unfortunately, not enough demos. Not enough demos at all. Blue, did you ever get your siege workshops up? No, you didn't. He's expanded, but now his settlements are being attacked by camels while his camels continue to do jack shit. Another town center begins the inevitable metamorphosis into rubble. Camels versus camels. By the way, heavy camel should be a 9 attack bonus against camels. I wonder what the Imperial camels, I think their bonuses stay the same compared to the heavy, right? I think it's only their HP. Yeah, it's 9 and 18. So the bonuses stay the same, which I always found funny. Looks like we've got only one onager left here in the forward position. It ultimately does fall. Is Blue going to make a comeback? These are pretty damn exposed trebs here to the south of Blue's island. He's got 12 Gabetos. And they are just slaughtering everything. Oh, the Gabeto. Let's take a look at it. It does melee damage of 13 base, which means that these Gulams, which are designed to take down archers, although you know what? You know what? He's abandoned his post. They ran away to the back, waiting for those Farimba camels to show up. Oh my god. Is Blue gonna destroy the heavy hitting units here? If he can get rid of these trebs, he's got rid of the entire navy. Holy shit. The entire British navy sinks, I guess, into the toilet water here. But he's got one treb left. What an absolute crazy maneuver out of Blue. If he can hold here for just a few minutes more, he's got the gold, he's got the wood. He doesn't have food. You need food as the Hindustani. Literally everything that you're training here needs food. But he's also training demos. What a crazy baller move here. Out of our Hindustani, got rid of all the trebs, all the onagers, all the navy. The follow-up, though, is the real question. 85 army count, six onagers, 39 camel riders, 26 Gabetos, and 6 trebs on the way. Gray is completely population capped, sitting at the full 200 available to him. I mean, how do you look away? How do you look away from this? What the hell is this? Whereas True is struggling with 100 population, so that victory probably going to be quite short-lived as these camels start running amok here to the south. Yeah. And PoLaR gets his first notch on his belt. Let's take a look at what happened here on the map. I mean, we know population-wise what the hell is going on. Look at the resources collected. Identical. Holy shit, literally 100 resources difference. But look at the kill count. This is what happens when you have trebs. This is what happens when you have Gabetos. This is what happens when you have this juicy rock throwing unit. Although these guys, fresh recruits, didn't really kill very much, but the other ones that were here in the forward position, yeah, Blue just gets absolutely swamped, continuing the very sad showing of the Hindustanis. I just don't get it. On paper, they're so good, and yet every single matchup we watch of theirs, they just somehow don't live up to expectations. Maybe my expectations are too high. You know, when I started my channel, I'm going to tell this story for the 1500th time. When I started this channel, before that, I watched a lot of other content creators. I'm talking T90, Spirit of the Law, Dave, Memb, etc. Memb really loved the Hindustanis. Thought they were like the OP civilization. And on paper, I kind of agreed with him. I thought it was Shatagni is just bonkers. It gives you an extra firing, an extra volley of bullets against most units. Against cavalry, probably not. But against most infantry, I think it does give you an extra round to shoot at your opponents, which with hand cannoneers with their 17 attack is not bad at all. But they never live up to the hype. Camels galore, peak APM. Yeah, I'm always curious in deathmatch to see peak APM, but look at the kill count. 613, 283. Game number 1 goes to our Malian in gray in a decisive fashion, even though True, with a few cool maneuvers here, did manage to stop the first push. I guess the first serious push on his island, and the second, the follow-up really just gutted him. He did not have the villager population to just replenish his army. His infrastructure also not the greatest. Aside from these 4 stables, I don't see very many military buildings at all. There's a few stables down here. These ones are getting crushed. Yeah, True just ran out of structures to train his units out of. But in any event, game number 1 off to a fantastic start. Camel v camel. Sounds like a Supreme Court case. But let's move on to game number 2. Okay, game number 2 looks like something I'd be a little bit more familiar with as a Canadian. A lot of snow, a lot of these oak and pine trees. But again, a mixed land naval map. But holy moly, hilly AF. Is anybody here the Tatars? Because that would just be amazing. Or the, yeah, Portuguese. Let's take a look. PoLaR, Portuguese in gray. True, this time as the Bengalis in blue. Both, yet again, starting on an island. Looks like blue wants to make sure he does not get sideswiped. He is taking firm control, but we've got a Treb. Did everyone start with a Treb? Or two Trebs? What the hell is going on? Why did one player start with one Treb and one player start with two? Oh my goodness, we're going to get to see a unit we almost never see. A Trebuchet. Why does it have the golden? Oh, it's a more powerful Trebuchet. Holy shit! Look at that attack bonus. 600 against buildings. Now, unfortunately for it attacking a castle on the high ground, but luckily for it, a 900 attack. I think True canceled. Did he cancel that? It kind of seems like he canceled it, but his Bengali elephants are already out. But as I was saying, we're about to see a unit we almost never see, the Caravel. Let's freaking go. And let's take a look at the map as our Bengali starts pushing out with these two magic golden Trebs. Now, one cool thing about hyper random is that the resource patches don't necessarily make any freaking sense. This map is designed by I guess a RNG that is very much high on shrooms, because one gold patch has 1022. The one literally right next door has 499. Stone pile. Okay, so similar to the usual one, but that's essentially it. I don't see any additional resources out on the map. There's nothing on Center Island except a couple of wild Bactrian camels. Caravels are here. Oh my goodness. Oh, deathmatch. I love deathmatch so much. Oh yeah, you are fighting uphill against battle elephants. Good luck with that. Take a look at their speed, their armor, their attack. These are some damn good Bengali battle elephants. And they just absolutely mop the floor with those halberdiers. The Caravels, did they discover? They haven't seen the castle here, so I wonder why they're turning back. Bengali is going with galleons to try to counter those. He has seen the Caravels, or maybe not. I guess he's just seen. No, yeah, he has. For some reason, I thought that was a galleon, but now his Trebs from the high ground. Okay, let's watch this castle fall in literally seconds. This is just ridiculous. By the way, is their attack speed different? No, it's the usual 10. 1, 2, 3 volleys and a castle falls. Holy shit. Now, going halberdiers against elephants, Bengali elephants, is an interesting move. Remember, Bengali elephants take less bonus damage, and they're on the high ground. So True doing an amazing job here, keeping his opponent as weak as possible. But the Caravels are already, they've got 8 kills, 9 kills, 12 kills. Wow, they're doing an amazing job here. Are there any demos being thrown into the mix? Doesn't look like it for either player. Where is Blue's Navy? It is engaging into a castle. We all know what that means for that Navy. Nice to know ya. Ooh, the elephants close on the Caravel. Tell me you don't love deathmatch. This is one of the reasons I absolutely love this version of the game. Although since I been watching Loki, I now use the term variant of the game. You just get to see all the cool things. You get to see battle elephants with pikes, so they attack 20% faster. Look at that, 1.7 attack speed on an elephant is bonkers, and it takes, again, less bonus damage. You get to see elite Caravels. How freaking many? 26. But the elephants are starting to run out. There's only 25 left. True is down to 1,200 gold, but our Portuguese still has 5,000 gold. And kudos to the developers of the game for adding in the chemtrails of the bullets from gunpowder units. That just makes this so much more fun to watch. Surprised he's adding in skirmishers, although they were recently buffed. Remember, they come with now a +4 attack against spearman line units compared to the 3. I say I'm surprised because he's got this unit. He's got the Ratha, the most hated unit in the game. I guess the 4 is better than 2, and it is cheaper to add in skirmishers. Players disengage. A random galleon meets 19 random galleons and immediately sinks to Davy Jones' locker here. What the actual hell is this? Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a game with a code from 1998. And when you have a code from 1998 and when you make as many changes to the code and additions to the code, you get that. You get a galleon on land. Crazy, crazy, like something out of the Pirates of the Caribbean. But there is no Jack Sparrow. There is no, what was the name of Jeffrey Rush's character? I forget. Barbarossa? I mean, look at the chemtrails. Absolutely epic to add these in. I think it was Barbossa, right? With the monkey and the apple. Man, Jeffrey Rush is amazing in anything he does. Just an all-around fantastic actor. Ooh, the caravels. The caravels are sinking. You rarely get to see their death animation, so let's take a look. Oh, sorry. I know some of you are used to the more, how do I put it, traditional casters who maintain a very zoomed out kind of calm. By the way, he's kept his 2 hero trebs alive. Oh, and that's another thing. If this is the first cast you're watching of mine, I interrupt myself very much all the time. But yeah, if you're used to casters who keep a bit of a more bird's eye view as opposed to zooming in on shit like the death animation of a Portuguese caravel, you might be a little disappointed in this cast. But in any event, whether you like it or not, hit that like, subscribe. If oh my god, they're spazzing out. But the Portuguese gunpowder is here. Man, oh man, are they a gunpowder civilization. Access to every single non-unique gunpowder in the game. And upgrades, amazing upgrades for those gunpowder units. Sorry, I was trying to finish my thought, but I saw this. Why? It kind of looks like the castle. This must be super steep, this hill, because this castle's range looks a little bit close to the castle. I mean, you can see the top portion of the roof blocking. That's not something you see every day. This must really be a steep hill on this side of the map. But in any event, caravels aside, we've got champions from the Portuguese fighting uphill against elephants. Okay, goodbye, champions. Hero trebs have unpacked. What else is different about them? No, I think the armor. Is it I think it's 150 armor on a treb once it's packed, right? And this one's 200. Okay, so the swordsmen are going to do the best they can against the chunky boys. But the chunky boys are probably, yeah, they're going to take this. I wonder how many of these guys actually even ended up dying. One elephant. One freaking elephant. No, the hero trebs. The hero trebs dying to halberdiers is the sourest way to die. No. I had such high hopes for those trebuchets. Ooh, we've got elite cannon galleons now. Taking on basic galleons to the center. The Rathas continues their rampage against the infantry of our Portuguese. Now, without squires, the Portuguese infantry does move very, very slowly. So it does give the Rathas a bit of an advantage, as does their insane high ground position here. Both players sitting at above 100 villagers. Army counts are very similar. Oh, these elephants are getting demolished by these organ guns. I love the paths in the snow. I love the snow in this game. I'm not a big fan of snow in real life, in case you gave a shit. I am definitely more of a warm climate, beach, Miami kind of guy than I am a wintry, skiing, Aspen kind of guy. I was just talking about that with my wife today. Memories of being a kid in Canada, going skiing and just coming home drenched in sweat. Having burned my tongue on a hot chocolate, having zero fun going down a hill, falling, twisting my leg. I don't know, it's just not for me. Put me on a beach, give me a drink, give me a cigar, give me a glass of scotch, and I'm happy as a clam. Blue, by the way, doing an amazing job picking off individual bombard cannons to the point where there are none left for our Portuguese, but He has made his stand known. You will go to this point and no further, says our Portuguese as he clogs up the works with organ guns, caravels, regular trebuchets. What's their attack bonus against? Yeah, 300 against building, not 600, which was bonkers. If True makes the Rata work here, is going to be amazing. There are 9 of them. Where are the 7 that are in... why are a bunch of these... I'm so confused. Why are there 7 Ratas and 9 Ratas? I thought one of them perhaps is in melee mode and one of them is in ranged mode, but no, they all seem to be in ranged mode. Blue is expanding, by the way, to his opponent's island. PoLaR needs to expand as well. Has a good, decent economy up and running. Now, the good news for the Portuguese, they're ace in the hole, the Feitoria, if he ever does find himself in that desperate situation where you absolutely need something. You absolutely have to have something and you don't have the resources for villagers or the time for villagers. Then the Feitoria is always a good last resort, but doesn't have the stone for it. You can always buy it with that 4,600 gold. So our Bengali with a much more rounded economy, fewer resources on the whole, but actually, sorry, no, never mind. What am I talking? Fewer, less gold on the whole, but everything else, a much more rounded economy. He's now ahead at 30 or so villagers. Blue, you pushed in, but there's no damage dealers here. You push in with a bunch of ratas and elephants. Where are your trebs? Where's your building demolishing oomphy units? What is going on? Where are your siege elephants? Where is your siege period? Did he not expect that push to succeed? Why did he just push in there with no follow-up? Demos everywhere. The galleons split up as best they can. Fantastic hold there by True. I think he lost 2 or 3 galleons there. Lost a lot more to the caravels than the demo ships as he split his units up. So good micro on land and sea from both players. I can see why people asked about this set and told me that I should definitely cast this set. I love slowing your opponent down with these structures here. Random Rata. Oh, he's got a fishing fleet. How many fishing ships? Wow, why can't I see? I see a transport ship over here. What am I missing? Why can't I see? Oh, there they are, 12. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're used to casters actually seeing things on the map? No, that's not how this channel works. On this channel, I struggle to see the second icon in a long list of icons. I love that our Bengali is continuing to go elephants. He's got the economy for it. Ooh, the Trebs are trying to take out Ratas. Let's see it. 2 of them fall, it seems like. Maybe 3. He's got to micro them. But no, they're unpacking at the worst time. The elephants move forward. Their movement speed is nice at 0.97. By the way, elephants, the demos show up a little bit late to the party. Maybe they'll get some ratas. No, look at them. They're trying to. Look at this. This is like when I will fight my cousin who's 8 years old and I just put my hand on his head and he swings wildly. No, but sometimes he does manage to get a swipe at your nuts. But that's exactly what was happening there. Sorry to get all gross, but yet again, the elephants push in. But where is the follow-up? You're not going to destroy a castle with a bunch of weakened elephants. You're not going to do anything with weakened elephants, powerful as they are. Remember, Bengali elephants also more resistant to conversion, which means they can freely attack these monks willy-nilly. But yet again, for the second time, blue pushes in. No real support to the units that are pushing in. There's a lot of elephants, but there's a lot of static defense here. 1, 2, a third castle in the forward position, plus the demo ships are here. Ooh, they're heading straight for the elephants, but for a second time, they're a little bit too late. And he doesn't even manage to kill the elephant. Okay, does finally manage to do it, but now these elephants, I mean, they're going to cause a good amount of trouble for the units, for the villagers, the halbs, the organ guns, but against structures, it's only a matter of time till they fall. And look at this. Blue taking a bit of a breather. He's at 182 supply. His opponent's at 142. Bunch of ships. Ooh, not too sure a tower is the right move against the cannon galleons. Ooh, but now the rat is on from the right side of the map. Okay. So I guess PoLaR disagrees with me. True takes game number 2, but he disagreed with me that this is not a game-ending push. I guess it is. I guess I didn't expect our Bengali to go this way. I thought he would try to engage into these structures, but that's just a silly assumption. I thought he needed some trebs, but no, he's getting his opponent off of stone to the left. He's getting him off of wood to the right. How much gold is left in this side of the map, by the way? 5,000. He's got 5,700 gold, and he resigned with that. You know why? Because he's got no food. Does he have a market? Could he have at least bought some food? I don't see a market. He's got enough wood to build one. Am I missing something? I don't see a market here. I see 3 siege workshops. In any event, the Bengali push proves me wrong, saying you think we need trebs and siege elephants? Nuh-uh, we're just going to waddle our way into the farming lands here of our Portuguese enemy and absolutely run amok. And I think the 1, 2, 3 punch here by the Bengali is what really got him the win. And now the kill count, the opposite of last game. Our Bengali 784 kills, our Portuguese 448, which is still a good high number, but halberdiers for one player, elephants for the other. Let's take a look at their economies. Ooh, look at that. Our Bengali literally 20% more economy, all of the resources except for wood, and he takes game number 2. Let's move on to game number 3. The lead has been reset for both players. We're at a 1-1 stalemate in a map that looks a little bit more land-based here. Everyone has started with a winged hussar or a plain hussar. I say land-based, and of course, immediately a fast fire ship appears on our screen for both players. It also seems like they started with a monastery, which very much helps our Lithuanian with a relic right here. 2 relics right here. Wow, now that's going to be the most that he gets because it looks like there's 2 relics on each side of the map. In any event, let's take a look at the civs. True, this time as the Lithuanians. PoLaR as the Magyars. This has potential to be a very fun, crazy bonko game. It looks like our Lithuanian already did manage to get a villager kill. At the same time, this hussar gets a villager kill as well. So 1 dead villager apiece. Lithuanians need the relics. Hello, get your ass into here. So with 2 relics, it basically evens basically evens up the attack of these paladins, because these Lithuanian paladins are going to be at a 14 plus 2 plus 2, and the Magyar paladins are going to be at a 14 plus 4, and 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 unless I am mistaken. Let's take a look at the map. It looks like a I don't even know what the hell this looks like. A big die Socotra, but not really enclosed. Are these, what are these gravel roads? Can you build docks here? It seems like they go all the way around. I'd imagine you can build docks because everyone started with a fast fire ship. It looks like our Lithuanian is being attacked into. He's using some of those quicker moving halberdiers to help defend his base. Great move out of him. Both players starting to bust out their economy. Rush distance fairly long, so not super duper close bases, which means that both players have a good amount of time to prepare and put up some town centers. Very forward town centers. What's the gold pile looking like now? 394, 1125. Make it make sense. By the way, let's compare the 2 paladins to see what the hell the differences are, because I suspect there are none. So now this one, the Lithuanian's at +4 because he's got 2 relics. +4. Yeah, the stats are identical. The stats are absolutely identical. So we've got identical paladins. Our Magyar is throwing in halberdiers, but the Lithuanian halberdiers that move 10% faster, and by the way, come with more pierce armor, which, does it actually just make it the same? I mean, this is just ridiculous. No. Oh, sorry, these guys are also missing the last armor upgrade. My bad. So the Lithuanian halberdier a little bit tankier against arrow fire, and with the tower shields upgrade, and also moves a little bit faster. Now what our Magyar doesn't have is Lechai, who ignore enemy armor. And they get so warmed by these Magyar paladins. Treb, just your basic Treb, no longer a hero trebuchet. To the back, we've got Magyars raiding, trying to get something done, but these villagers have made sure they cannot be attacked. We've got halberdiers taking on a castle. Good luck with that. Our Magyar is already at 100 population, or rather 100 army supply. We've got elite Magyar hussars. We've got heavy cav archers with Corvinian bow. Extra range, extra attack, 12 and 8, or 8 and 12 respectively. Now he's got to micro these guys. The whole point of them is to pick off halberdiers, and so far it looks like he's attacking paladins with them. So not exactly the greatest micro at this point. Any high ground? It looks like there's a bunch of hills everywhere. Now our Lithuanian needs to build a monastery right here to the back. Okay, I guess my question was answered. There are docks to the back, so you can in fact build on that gravel outline. So not exactly Socotra, not a enclosed cage match just yet. Cav archers that attack on a 12, but these units have good pierce armor. 7 for the paladin, how much? 5 for the Lechai. And if the Lechai can close, they will absolutely go to town, but the numbers are just not there for true. Magyar Hussar takes on Halberdier. Let's see how he does. Does manage to get the Halberdier with a second unit as his unit dies. Oh! Why were they backed facing this way? What the hell is going on? Hyper random is indeed hyper random. By the way, these Magyar Hussars now only cost food because remember they changed the structure of the, oh my goodness, they changed the structure of this unit, right? The cost, what am I saying, structure? They changed the cost of the unit with Corvinian army. Oh, did I say Corvinian bow before? Did I confuse my upgrades? I meant recurve bow on these guys and Corvinian army on these guys. My bad. So they're just trash units now. They don't cost, I think it's 45 food now. Used to cost, oh my god, 45 gold. They used to cost 10 gold. Now they cost 45 gold. But with the right upgrade, oh my god, that Hussar army just melted. Jeez Louise, those Lechai are powerful, says a caster, as Lechai are known to be one of the most powerful units in the game. And now it looks like our Magyar is in the back of the base. He is in the forward position of the base. 50 army count. He is fighting against 75 army count. 45 Lechai. He's got 62 halberdiers. They're here to the north. They're not protecting the cav archers, but there's enough cav archers, I believe, to be able to one-shot these Lechai. But if you think halberdiers are good against Lechai, you are kind of correct. Oh, why are you moving so slow? Unhook yourself from the freaking halberdier and rush into there and slaughter. Halberdiers, of course, with their 32 attack bonus against cavalry, are just absolutely beasts at taking down anything on a horse or a camel or an elephant. But when your opponent ignores armor with a 20 attack and you have 60 HP, yeah, your longevity is not long. Which means you need cav archer support, and PoLaR doing an amazing job luring True into this death trap here of 2 extra defensive castles. And now yet again, he tethers his entire army to the slowest moving unit here, the monk. But yeah, I think our Lithuanian needs to get a monastery here to the back. He's got to get these relics out of the forward position. The last thing you want to do as the Lithuanians is lose control of your relics. You get knocked down to only +2 attack. So 20 becomes 18, and all of a sudden you need 4 swipes of your lance, or what do they hold exactly? Yeah, it looks like a lance, a spear, to kill a halberdier instead of 3. Somehow 2 paladins are still alive from our Magyar. Not for long if these halberdiers have anything to say about them. And some of the halbs look like they are on the high ground. Ooh, so annoying when your opponent's quicker unit starts running away. The combs that they look like here, still standing, still not decomposing into the grasslands, let's put it. And now the bombardment, 6 trebuchets has begun. He's got 33 Lechai now, 37 elite skirmishers. Where are they, by the way? Okay, they're moving into position. Expanding to the left side, expanding to the right side. No, not expanding, defending against the run by. Oh, he's throwing away. Looks like 12 or 13. Oh my, what a dick move out of True. I love it. Just keep your opponent as absolutely stuck here as they can possibly be. That was hilarious. The whole point of that was, of course, to just distract your opponent, make sure that he's got to stay there so that you with 2 units can distract your opponent's 10 or so units, which always works out mathematically in your favor. But I love what our Magyar is doing. He pivoted left. The skirmishers take a while to get there. Then he pivots right. Now the skirmishers have to go all the way back. Oh, but never mind. Yikes. Skirmishers are taking on units that they have attack bonuses against, which is why these cav archers are not standing for very long against these skirmishers. And man, are they firing. Remember, they also come with extra armor. Let's take a look at their pierce armor. 10 pierce armor. These are Huskarls who have given up their melee ways and have taken up a round shield and a javelin. 10 freaking pierce armor. Thank you so much, tower shields upgrade. And by the way, they also move faster. if that wasn't enough for you, they move faster and they come with extra armor. So these Magyar Hussars do outrange them. Actually, no, they don't, right? 8 versus 8. Ooh, our Magyar might be running into a wall that he might not be able to breach here. I'm surprised he's going halberdiers. Most likely to be able to stop any kind of Hussar run-bys. I love the spreading out of the halbs, making sure that he gets as much vision as possible to see any attack. But holy moly. 59, 60. The most he can control at once are moving out to the north portion of the map. 35 kills on 60 Magyar cav archers is not great. But the day is young. The game is young. Let's see how long they can stay alive and how many kills they can get, because they are just going to absolutely shred every resource line they can. Pet peeve of mine is you do not need to take a unit with 8 range and move it 2 tiles away from the unit you're killing. Siege Workshop go up, Siege Workshop go down. And now the halbs are going to get taken out, so the eyeballs of our Lithuanian army have been poked out. This is his vision, doesn't know anything that's happening on his opponent's side of the map. His opponent, on the other hand, knows exactly what's happening, but 60 have become 43. And this is what happened when you let the Lechai close the gap. PoLaR's got to be careful here. He's got to keep running. Take a fight, but run. You can't let these skirmishers get their asses close to where you are. And now he gets wedged in here. Oh my god, 60 becomes 18. 18 becomes 18 becomes less than 18. Hussars are running him up, but he's got a backup force of cav archers. They're going to start taking down the infrastructure of blue. Both players haven't really expanded to the other sides of their maps here because there's not really any resources there. Is Gray paying attention? Will he see these halberdiers as they close? A little bit too late, I want to say. And that yet another good find by our Lithuanian. This is El Clasico over here, just like Mongols v Teutons. One Civ needs to do significant hit and runs with their lightning fast units. Another Civ needs to close the distance with its also semi lightning fast unit. But if the halbs, if the Lechai can close, they will absolutely. We saw it here. We saw it here. We saw it here. They can absolutely wreck this Magyar army. How many kills? 7 kills. 5 now with the last one dying. And now he's back. So our Magyar can be very annoying. Both players pretty much supply capped. Our Magyar at 200, 180 for our Lithuanian. But our Magyar can be a lot more annoying than he's being right now. He is trying to brute force his way into the center of the map here. Whereas he's got these Hussars that can just run around all over the place. And he tried it here to the north. We saw with the Cav Archers. He's trying it here with Hussars, which is fantastic. I wonder if he just needs to clump his army because he's got 60 Cav Archers yet again. Now they are enough that they don't really need to worry about this blue army. Sure, you'll lose 5 or 6 of them, but what the hell is 5 or 6 when you've absolutely gutted your opponent's army? And also, by the way, it looks like the skirmisher count has been reset. How many does he have? To a meager 9. True's got a lot more resources than PoLaR, and he is spending them on what? 3 skirmishers at a time. He's given up the high ground here, but high ground to melee units, not exactly terrible. You don't really need to engage into them. Castle going up in Blue's face as Blue pivots his army to the right side, seeing, hey, IAC are all the way on the left. I guess that means you don't really have much over here on the right. And he gambles right because there's nothing there. Cav Archers zone out the Lechai. 2 kills for the Lechai, 57 kills for these 55 Cav Archers. Finally, a good ratio. I usually like to see 2 to 1 before I get very excited, but we are well on our way to 2 to 1. Definitely better than other games. Oh, the horse gets the F out of here, says absolutely not. I am not going to FAFO. I am here to just graze on some grass. The Cav Archers need to get rid of this one Treb. Come on, just one more Treb. Nope, he decides to save a few of the Cav Archers, but will the Hussars get the job done? I mean, what the hell was the point of that? You ran away from the Halberdiers for so long, and then you just stopped there. Yikes. No wonder True has 5,000 gold in the bank. He's down 30 villagers, but he is trading out Halberdiers for Cav Archers and being absolutely drowned in these trash Magyar units. I love that Gray is keeping an eye. I don't know if that was necessarily the point of that, but he is keeping an eye very much on his opponent. Has decided again to carve up his army. But when you're dealing with a fast-paced army like the Magyars, you know, left or right doesn't really matter, because in a matter of seconds, that army can get its butt all the way over here. Lechai yet again. He needs to attack this monastery. He needs to get those relics out of there. I'm going to zoom out about as far as I possibly dare to, because I know there are people watching this on a cell phone, for example, that actually want to see the game, not little tiny specks of dust floating around their screen. Yet again, the Cav Archers poke in, get no damage, and poke out, losing a few of their units. But never mind, I'm the idiot. That was a huge distraction for these Magyar Hussars to absolutely come in here. Remember, they come with an attack bonus. Take a look at this. Siege +8. It's better than a Mangadai attack bonus against Siege, which is why so few of them were able to get 3 Trebs in a matter of a blink of an eye. I'm the idiot. I thought he poked in there for no reason. No, he was just trying to lure the Lechai out of the way. Big brain move out of PoLaR here. That was epic to see in real time. Are you guys enjoying my, I mean, I'm there in the chat with you, talking into the future as I cast this. Are you enjoying my stream of consciousness thoughts as I correct myself? Oh, man. I'd say, do I annoy you as much as I annoy myself? But then I really sound like Larry David. Okay, this is just the throw of a few units. Doesn't really mind. He's got 40 units queued up. More Hussars, more Cav Archers. The problem for our Magyar, for PoLaR, he doesn't have any units that, again, can destroy buildings. Where are the Trebs? They're here to the back. He's training. He's got 3 of them, and he's supply blocked, capped, maxed out at 200, which means we're not going to get to see many of them in the immediate future. Every time he does that move now, by the way, I look on the minimap and I say, hey, where's that other Magyar Hussar army? Now, our Magyar is not the greatest siege line, but some Trebs. at least a few rams. Do something. Your army is fantastic, but you are not going to destroy structures with cav archers. Ooh, they're heading south. They want to deal with these cannon galleons. Do they have any bonus against ships? I don't think so. No, no bonuses against ships. So both players are kind of backstabbing each other. Kill count is rising. We've got winged hussars chasing Magyar hussars. Absolutely epic. Yeah, gunpowder bonus, not something I'm expecting to see play out in this game. But what do you do against this? You got to get your own navy up. That fast fire ship from the beginning of the game is still here. And this is what I'm talking about. What is Grey doing? Why are you destroying houses? Go and destroy actual important infrastructure. All the population space in the world is not going to help your opponent if they've got nothing to produce units out of. And a fantastic raid here. Last game, or the first game, we saw camel versus camel. Now we're seeing unique hussars versus unique hussars. Let's see them take each other on. Hello. Oh, you love to see it. Numbers here going to Grey. He's going to absolutely demolish these winged hussars. Some of the most beautiful units in the game. And now he's raiding. Blue is in a bit of trouble here on the left side. Army counts are healthy for both. Villager counts are healthy for both. Both players trying to sideswipe, backstab, reach around each other. Not really, but again, what the hell? Just a pet peeve of mine to see things like that. But not a critique at all. Never interpret anything I say as a critique. I would not want to be in the shoes of these players. I mean, trying to control 17 different things at once, trying to get your economy up and running, trying to get it safe against run-bys while running by yourself, while fighting a head-on battle. And look at this, he pulls Blue away out of position again. Again, a big ball move out of PoLaR. Holy shit. I love this out of PoLaR. Fantastic gameplay so far. He is playing 4D chess, and our Lithuanian is just kind of going with the flow at the moment, being reactive more than active, saving a bunch of these houses. I mean, at this point, if you know your opponent loves houses, just build a whole bunch of houses here and let the Magyar butt his head straight into them. Another run by here, but there's Late Shy now chasing this. I don't know that you necessarily need this much army to deal with a few hussars. Now remember, part of the the fastest chaos deathmatch tournament is that there is no walling. You cannot wall yourself off against raids. You can wall your villagers, for example, if they're constructing a building or something like that, but you can't just put a wall here. That's just the tournament rules, which is why we're seeing a lot of raiding. Man, what an absolute super fun game. By the way, he still hasn't dealt with these galleons. I guess, you know what? Again, PoLaR showing his amazing game sense. He got rid of the cannon galleons, which means these galleons can't engage into a castle. But right as I say that, these 15 range cannon galleons are back, and our Lithuanian pushes not only through the water but also on land. This castle should go down. I don't know if PoLaR is going to waste his very limited stone resources. No, he doesn't even have villagers here. I think the villager behind the castle, there he is, died. So he is collapsing on the left. On the right, he is pushing. I can see why people recommended this game. I feel like I'm going to be saying that about 1,000 times during this premiere. But man, oh man, some great moves out of both players here. I would just love to see a whole bunch of winged hussars take on a whole bunch of Magyar hussars. And potentially, the longer this game goes, the fewer resources there are out on the map, the more of a reality. But there's still 5,600 gold even just here. Another 2,000 in these two piles. Okay, forget the hussars. Let's see paladins again. But oh, right as I say that, our Magyar runs out of gold. He doesn't have a single villager on gold. Where are all his gold miners? Are you kidding me? He's decimating farms with halberdiers. I guess when you move 10% faster, 1.21 movement speed is not bad for a halberdier. Skirmishers with their minimum range are going to absolutely get slaughtered here. Minimum range and, of course, tiny attack. Relying more on their bonuses to counter than anything else. Gray is doing fantastic work here, pulling blue all the different directions, but blue with the backstab Gray. I don't see any navy being built. I don't know that blue necessarily needs more galleons at the moment. I wonder if that's just a remnant from before when he was supply block capped. I'm gonna learn the terminology eventually, I promise. And he just had them queued up, but I don't think he really needs any more galleons right now. In any event, clears up the back of the base. Not much important infrastructure here. Even that castle, not really that relevant, can pretty much fall. He's got plenty of castles in the forward position. And a few mining camps, lumber camps, houses. They're also not going to make a difference. Maybe this can he reach this town center with 15 range? I feel like he can. Cav archers have to back away. Why did our Lithuanian stop training skirmishers, I wonder? Is it just the threat of the Magyar Hussars that has kept him on his toes that way? But here we go. Why not raid with a unit that can absolutely demolish everything, even though it is expensive? True's got the gold. He's got the food. And our Magyar, get the Trebs. No, he engages straight into the center of Halberdier Town, and he finds out. Oh my goodness. That being said, they're keeping the Halberdiers pretty pinned down while these Cav archers are just running them up. Holy shit, 91 kills now. We're almost at a 2-to-1 ratio. Looks like to the south, Halberdiers are also swarming. I love True's use of these Halberdiers. They're quicker moving. They're just getting so much done, and you can just throw them away. And they're getting Trebs 400 resources down the toilet. Another castle falls. Another 400 resources down the toilet. You can throw these units away for days, these Magyar Hussars, without being such a pain in the ass. I'm looking at the villager kills, not very high for a 50-minute game from either player. I mean, obviously our Magyar Hussar, who's been raiding with Cav archers, and our Magyar Hussar. Our Magyar, who's been raiding with Cav archers and Magyar Hussars, has gotten a lot more villager kills, but 126 versus 47. You know what? In a deathmatch game, 80 extra villagers killed is not that much. It's about 4,000 food. Not that much. Especially not in a 51-minute game, which, by the way, has no indication that it's ending. Look at PoLaR balancing his economy. Let's move that to a nicer background there. What did he do? He sold wood. He bought stone. He bought stone. He sold wood. He bought stone. So where's the castle going? There it is. So he wants to get more Hussars out. And again, the Trebs just don't stand a chance against an 8 attack bonus. What's their attack speed, by the way? Yeah, 1.8 is pretty freaking fast. Castle in the forward position. Can he get this? I guess not. I mean, it doesn't make sense. This house looks like it's on the same row. Or maybe this is one tile behind. In any event, this navy to the back, blockading the Magyar economy as best it can. But ultimately, not really, like I said, not really getting too much critical infrastructure. Now here would be a good place to put his navy, maybe when he's done. Players are duking it out for our viewing pleasure. Man, oh man, are they duking it out. I mean, I'm looking at the kill count. The game's not over yet. I really don't want to spoil myself, but I can't help it. When I see a flying dog, when I see the kill count, and I just see it both. I mean, look at the kill count. It's identical. 1151, 1164. Literally 13 kills difference in a 54-minute game. How bonkers is that? What a testament to how strong these players are and how amazing these battles have been. Now it's an 11 kill difference. I mean, come on. That's less than 1% difference in kill count. But here we go now. Finally, a big body of Hussars. 35, 34 of them are heading here. Blue is going to be very much distracted. And look at that, our Magyar. Is this going to work, or is it going to lead him to GG? Because this is a lot of food that he's invested in these Hussars. First, take out the enemy army. Second, take out the enemy economy. Third, well, what is in Scarface? First you get the money. Oh, then third you get the women. Let's see it. Let's see what happens here with these Hussars. He's got 15 left to the north. He's got a few left here to the south. He is raiding the hell out of this Lithuanian economy while at the same time finally moving in. No! Why are you going backwards? You're going the wrong way, Trebuchet. Silly, silly Treb. This navy is just looking for damage. Not really getting anything critical. Stables are beginning to get shelled down, but more and more hussars are on the menu. He's got 40 left. He doesn't have that much food, even though he's got 74 villagers on food. Okay, now he's finally training 13 at a time. We'll take a look at the end of the game. Actually, no, you know what? Because they might disappear. How many stables for both players? 5 stables, 6 castles. And that's really the problem with the Magyar Hussar, which is why, I mean, he had so many of them, and now they're all gone. I guess 30 are left, but they're in the concentration phase of their lifespan, where they are getting concentrated here to the center, not really on the attack just yet. But when you have to train your unit out of a castle and your opponent can train his out of, okay, also 6. Forget, never mind. Bottom line, if you have to train a unit out of a castle, you're usually training fewer than a generic military building like a stable, an archery range, a barracks. But in this case, we've got 6 castles versus 6 stables. True's resources, by the way, are gone. No more gold. He's got food. He's not training a single unit. He's not training a single unit, is our Lithuanian. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. He's now down army. He's now down villager. And he is now down the game. Holy moly. And PoLaR, with the brainy moves, takes game number 3. Wait, did I do that right? Yeah, PoLaR 2-1. Wow. I love the moves out of our Magyar in this game. Our Lithuanian had to bounce so many times back and forth. He was on the defensive, even though there's a navy here that cleared up a good chunk of infrastructure. This is just wood, ultimately. He does lame 196 stone, so not the end of the world. But he just didn't get the damage on the other side of the map. We saw a few run-bys here. We saw a few run-bys here. But sending 2 Lechai is not the same thing as being attacked by 40 freaking hussars, Magyar hussars. And in addition to the big brain moves out of PoLaR, where he absolutely distracted Blue, got him out of position. Yeah. Ultimately, it is our Magyar who pushed until he finally breached the center of our Lithuanian base. Look at that frickin' kill count. 1309, 1307, literally 2 kills apart. Wow. And now look at the villager kill lead rather, about 138 villagers. That is absolutely freaking bonkers. But this is really the more bonkers story. 1309 to 1307, 656 elite Magyar hussars against faster moving, tankier halberdiers. Let's take a look at the economies, because this is probably going to be very different. 27,000 difference in economy for our Magyar, who had that villager, significant villager lead. Oh my God, 15,000 more wood, 3,000 more food, 8,000 more gold, stone count identical. Relics. How did he get 3 relics? Was there a contested relic out on the map? I did not see that. That is very sour, by the way, for our Lithuanian. If there was a 3rd relic, that is incredibly sour for our Lithuanian, who ultimately, at the end of the game, he even lost. Oh, no, you know why? Because I think he thiefed one of his relics. 3 to max relics. Oh, current relics is 0 to 3. So there was no neutral contested relics. It's just that he didn't heed my warnings, which came 10 days after he already played this game. So True, how dare you not be able to look into the future and see what I'm about to tell you? He didn't build a monastery here and take the relics to the back. He kept his relics exposed to the front, and our Magyar did the same thing. But ultimately, yeah, losing control of those relics, losing control of your center. You've got barely any resources left. Wood is not going to help you. Your navy did a good job, but not as important a job as the land-based army, and I think our Magyar knew that. And with the awesome moves in an awesome game number 3, PoLaR takes it 2-1. Now I already was excited. Now I'm very excited to see game number 4. Okay, game number 4. What do we have here? Bulgarians taking on Cumans. So the battle of the slow builders. I think these are 2 civs with no treadmill crane. And the map looks pretty cool. And it looks like we've got Samanguru for both players. Decent attack. One moves at 1.39. One moves at 1.32. Because remember, Cumans in Imperial, their horses move 15% faster. So his unit's a little bit quicker. Step Lancers are already out. Let's take a look at the map, because this is another incredibly hyper random map. I mean, I don't know what this is in the center here. An hourglass of sorts. And looks like shoals. No toilet water on this map. Dorado fish. Can't say I've heard of that, but it looks pretty damn cool. I think I've seen this on Instagram. I just haven't seen the actual name of it. And the hero unit, instead of attacking villagers, is going straight after that Krepos, which I'm hoping is training Conics. Yes, it is. And remember, these guys come with stirrups already, so they attack at a 1.8 instead of the 2.4 that you get in Castle Age. Yuckity yuck. Let's take a look at the resource patches. 713 random ass amount of gold. This one, 1287 to the back. 315. Okay. I see a lot of berry bushes. 104 only. Okay. Acacia trees all over the place. Is there any stone on this map? Okay, there is. Only 1,000 stone? Oh no. So unique units are not really going to play a role here for our Cuman, I don't think. Our Bulgarian, on the other hand, with those Krepos and town centers that cost less stone, he's going to be having a fun-ass time here. Yikes. Let's take a look, by the way, what the players are building. We've got Paladins, the fastest moving Paladins in the game, moving at 1.56, 1.62 movement speed for the Cav Archers. Now, if you're not familiar, when I say 1.62, I mean 1.62 tiles per second. So overall, a bit of a slanted resource start here in terms of stone, I think. By the way, let me just zoom out. Apologies again to anyone on a smaller screen. I hate doing this. Oh no, never mind. There's 34 patches of stone. There's 11,000 stone. Oh, okay. There's a bunch of Tesla-shaped stone here in the back. Okay, never mind. Never mind, my bad. I thought it was going to be a little bit unfair here for our Cuman, because the Bulgarians, not only do they not need castles, they have cheaper Kreposts, but again, their town centers cost 50% less stone, similar to how the Britain's town center costs 50% less wood. So in a map with more limited stone, obviously inures to the benefit of the player with the stone-related bonus. That being said, I don't think our Cuman's going to be building any stone walls, because of course they don't get it, and of course not allowed in the game. Aside from, again, walling off your villagers, Conics exploring the arid desert landscape of the southern portion of the map as his base gets pushed into. This is a lot of Step Lancers moving in here. They are taking on Hussars. They are taking on dismounted Conics. They are taking on Halberdiers. They are taking on anything and everything they can together with these Cav Archers. Did he stop producing Paladins? No, he's going up to 42 Paladins. Where the heck are they? Okay. Resting here en route to the Bulgarian settlement. Now they move back. Does he not want to reveal them? What's going on here now? Cuman Siege. Bulgarian Siege. These are 2 pretty damn cool units. I would love civilizations. I would love to see a lot of siege onagers out of both players. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man, no, I don't think I actually don't think either of these teams, these civs, gets bombard cannon, so we're not going to see any of that. But I would like to see siege onagers, please. 1 so far for our Cuman, and it looks like he does not want to contest. Never mind. Doesn't want to contest the water. He says as 28 galleons, 26 more on the way. Demo ship for one player, galleons and cannon galleons for the other. As blue gets pushed into Yeah, these are not very strong naval civilizations, these two. They're both missing a significant amount of upgrades. That being said, we'll see if quantity outweighs quality. A castle here to protect, 2,500 gold, not that much. A random cavalier being thrown in here from our Bulgarian. What's your attack speed with stirrups? 1.3. Yikes. I just went prepubescent. I didn't realize it was 1.3 second delay between attacks compared to the usual, but I guess I just didn't factor in stirrups. Then I made the upgrades that turns Bulgarian cavalry Japanese by making them attack 33% faster. Now the paladins close on these galleons. Good night, galleons. Oh, what a slaughter here. These Cuman paladins just so freaking powerful, fully upgraded, lightning fast. It is such a dangerous paladin. Our Cuman also winning the naval battle here to the south. And now he's gonna run away because yeah, he doesn't have that many paladins left. But a tactical retreat, it seems like, because the more reinforcements stream in. I wouldn't be so quick to throw around this siege onager. 5 kills, 3 of them friendly fire is why you don't want to mismanage this unit. 9 kills, 5 of them friends. So more than 50% of the kills are friendly fire, which makes him your opponent's best unit. He misses the attack round there. Well, I don't think he was even attack rounding. Tinkle, tinkle, go the step lancers. Do they have any bonuses against ships? No, they do not. They don't have any bonuses, period. Except for that Ethiopian -3 Royal Heirs bonus. Not really a bonus, more of a negative. Blue takes a bit of a breather here up north, training these Hussars. Oh my god, 1.4 second delay an attack. Oh, our Cuman runs into a forest of halberdiers. What a waste. We'll be able to pick off 1 villager at least, but runs away a little bit too late. And the Navy disengages. Where are you going now? What's funny, not a single castle beyond 1 for our Bulgarian. That's amazing. Doesn't need them. You got cheaper Kreposts. Sure, not exactly the same stats. 3,100 HP to 5,800. 15 attack to 14. But when it comes to training conics, when it comes to zoning out cav archers, they'll get the job done. We got a few freaking Kipchaks here as well. Okay, that was a better attack there. How many kills on them? 4 only, 6 with 0 friendly fire. Okay. Oh, the Kipchaks are just gonna rain holy hell down on these conics. This Chukanu on a horse. What is Blue doing? He's just massing his army here. Stop training Hussars. What is he waiting for? Interestingly, there is no path into your opponent's base except the center. So he either needs a transport ship there. Oh, again, just a basic demo ship, I think, for both teams, both civs. So not even destroying these galleons. So not exactly the quickest building civs, not exactly the best naval civs. 1 conic in the back. Not too sure what he's doing there. Maybe keeping an eye out. But our Bulgarian is surrounded to the north. He's surrounded to the south. In the center, he's got a whole bunch of siege. And this is what I'm talking about when I say bring your building destroying units. Let's see if he notices, if he gets a good attack round there on the conics. No, he does not. Almost loses that onager to the other onager, but ultimately it does end up falling. 3 onagers for a bunch of conics. Not great. Hearing a lot of explosions from these I mean, you wouldn't tell, but there's 22 galleons here. Oh, more demo ships. Is he going to go after the onager? And finally, our Bulgarian makes a move, but only with 7. Oh, our onager can do a good amount of damage here with a good attack round. 1 bow. Oh, how sour is that? He survives just with enough HP to get 1 volley off. Kipchaks are going to run circles. How fast are they, by the way? Why is my mouse not working? Oh, yeah, it's working. I'm just not using it properly. 1.62 movement speed. Great attack round there. out of our Bulgarian, even though he will end up losing all this, out of our Cuman, even though he'll end up losing all of his siege onagers. Does manage to stop the entire attack, thwarts it, I believe is the word I am looking for. Garrison a few villagers. 4 kills already for this Hussar. What are you down here? Just random galleons thrown around. I mean, if you're not going to attack, what the hell's the point of this? Players massing their armies. Still on patrol is this elite Conic. He wants to make sure he knows when the Cuman goes to domesticate these horses. Demos exploding, but Paladin Galleon combo here is pretty damn powerful. Although against a few siege onagers, might want to be careful. Oh, that's a good boom. Now the onager moves in. Now, by the way, halberdiers I know come with a ship bonus. Plus 17. So blue has repelled the center attack, but oh, now there's Kipchaks here. A random stone wall, probably to help build that. What was there, a Krepost? Oh yeah, blue's being attacked to the north with a serious army. Let's see if these onagers can get anything done, while at the same... Oh, a few Kipchaks right out to meet them. First volley, terrible. And the Kipchaks realize what's going on. Okay, you need to get these, you need to get the Trebs. You need to get the Trebs. There you go. All 3 should die now. Nice. Get there for our Cuman. I mean, our Bulgarian, my goodness. As he continues to defend the center of his map, more Paladins show up, but not that many. Hit and runs be damned. These Kipchaks are going to stand their ground and fight. They've got their lassos. They've got their multiple arrows. How many are left? 29 with 40 kills is not bad at all. And now he's raiding with Paladins. He's cleared up his own base. It looks like a few random Conics again. Oh, this is not a few random Conics. This is 34 army in the form of 17 army. And with the penultimate buff, the penultimate patch, I should say, they were buffed. Remember, I think the dismounted gets additional armor now, making it a little bit better of a raiding unit. Still not a fantastic raiding unit. A dismounted Conic. Still an infantry unit. By the way, what the hell happened to all the Kipchaks up north? Oh, I'm so sorry I missed that. Ay. 23 kills, 3 of them only friendly fire. Okay, he's going after a very important mining camp. He has orders from HQ. Do not let that mining camp survive. Oh, in the meantime, PoLaR with crazy lightning quick castle getting up there. These knights are going to get the unit here, but he still hasn't seen... Oh, he's setting up a little backstab here, waiting most likely for the most opportune moment. PoLaR doing a good amount of aggression here. True this time, doing what he kind of did last game, which is a bit of run-bys, a few here and there, but nothing to really, nothing to really destroy anything, nothing to really gut his opponent. That being said, the night is young, the day is young. Dismounted Conics are going to get caught out by these Hussars. And now the Kipchaks with the onagers should be able to stop this. But how the hell do you stop 6 trebuchets? I guess by hoping your opponent kills them and then bringing a bunch of rams of your own. Trebs trying to get the onager. They do, and out of 6, only 1 survives. Fantastic get there by True, who still, by the way, has this expansion up here. Doesn't really need the relic at this point. Not really the Lithuanians. And now we're going to have, what, the Battle of the Hussars? Krepo should do a good job against these Hussars, by the way. 6 pierce armor is decent. But against a 14 attack, still taking a bunch of damage. But the forward portion of True's base is absolutely getting knocked down. Has Gray seen this side area? No, he hasn't. Not reaching out for that relic either, so he's not going to discover it anytime soon. And he's trying to get these resources here. Okay. Our Bulgarian? Keeping the hope alive. Getting those paladins. It's a good combination to have a whole bunch of... By the way, look at all these creposts spread out everywhere. In 9 of them, this is a very well defended base. Raiding this is going to be very hard. You can't send 4 or 5 units. You need to send 15 to 20. This is not going to accomplish anything. By the time they get to their destination, they're going to be at half HP, and then there's going to be a bunch of halberdiers already there waiting to deal with them. Kipchaks again taking on Conics. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay, it's just moving them. It looks like Blue's expanding his infrastructure here with a few houses. Okay. What's his wood pile like? 5,000 wood. I think you can build a few more stables there if you'd like. Onager goes down. Treb goes down. Did that get 2 Trebs? Or are my eyes, doth my eyes deceive me? I guess doth is saying, no, it wouldn't be doth my eyes, right? Do my eyes. SAR's finding themselves a nice little nook here away from the Krepos, but a castle in a town center. This Bulgarian base is so well defended. What sucks is the spawning location of that onager literally spawned right in the face of a charge, just like Jon Snow. But unlike Jon Snow, did end up dying in that charge. You guys know the one I'm talking about, the famous one. And now, okay, this is a good amount of hussars. 17 of them could potentially do some damage. And now Blue says, oh, you know what? I see you here. I see you here. How does he have all this? Oh, he's sorry. He's got units here. Gray still has no clue that Blue has a bunch of infrastructure here, and Blue is raiding yet again with Conics. I feel like these are the Conics from back here this time, but the raiding is short-lived as the Conic become dismounted, become dead. And PoLaR very much on the cusp of breaking this base. Crushing it, Ivan Drago styles. I will crush you, he says to the Bulgarian. And now the Kipchaks are moving. Might want to place them in front of your Trebs at this point, to be honest. I mean, I get that you don't want to deal with halberdiers, but save the Trebs is probably more important. Oh, Onager. Absolutely terrible attack there. But now there's a castle. Why are you going this way? Why are you going right? Go south. Go into your castle area. Protect it. Protect the Trebs. Army counts very similar. Civilian population very similar. Both players have abandoned the water. There's 3 galleons. These are the same 3 we saw about 1,000,000 years ago. Looks like Gray managed to get a good bunch of resources here to the south. Blue has been very much restricted to his base. Gray is taking all of the resources on center Hourglass Island over here. But again, the Bulgarian economy is roaring. 110 villagers, insanely well defended. Gray is doing a good job incrementally encroaching onto his opponent's settlement. He got a whole bunch of damage done here, but then he was stopped. And now his castle's down, which means no more. How much is this? 1,000, 1,100 gold for you. Town center, decent location. By the way, I love these acacia trees. They're so pretty. In the midst of even war, you have to stop for a minute and appreciate the beauty of Age of Empires. Oh my god, he finally brings them. I wonder if this is going to force some kind of reaction out of Truce, thinking, hey, wait a second, why are you pivoting back to water? I thought we had a gentleman's understanding that water is no longer a thing in this game. Oh my god, those poor snapper fish. Kipchaks are going to wreck that. Oh, that was very unnecessary there for our Cuman. Didn't need to take that damage, and then didn't need to retreat because there's 2 exposed Trebs he could have gotten. The Conic swarm, and that is all she wrote for the water. No more navy. Finally, Gray has discovered this area. Now what is the Blue training? Cavaliers, halberdiers, siege rams. So he wants to contest this issue. Oh, no wonder he saw it. He was building a castle here, and it came under attack by the Krepos, most likely. Ooh, this lightning fast moving siege ram here What's inside of you? 6 halberdiers. Blue has to stabilize here. You can't risk all of these rams. Blue's got a good amount of resources. Why isn't he training more cavaliers? He could absolutely take that. And this is what I'm talking about. These bases are so well defended by both players. You can't just send even 4 hussars, which, by the way, show up right as this gold pile runs out. You can't just send 4. Why is he sending 2 at a time? Is he just testing the waters, dipping his toe in them? Kipchak will die to these glorified pikemen. And now the Cuman castle is most likely going to fall as the Kipchaks in the center continue to hold. No more onagers. They are all the way back here. I wonder if PoLaR should pull back. I wonder if he needs to focus up here on defending this. Okay, he's doing exactly that. Our Bulgarian is playing mind games with his opponent this game, sending only 2 rams at a time. With 4, by the way, this castle would be down already. Relic in here, more and more cavalry. Okay, just the 1 cavalier. I think you need to add in a few more cavaliers. By the way, how long has this town center been under construction? Has he noticed that it hasn't finished yet? More Kipchaks are... Nope, they're just hanging out. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is he going to do now? There are no more gray units anywhere. Those Kipchaks are all the way down to the south. I love the castle placement so that 1 can defend the other's back, but not against 2 rams. Not against the castle that wasn't fully healed, repaired. And yeah, this is also not going to accomplish much. There's so many circles of death here. When 1 castle finishes with you, another castle gets you. You can't raid with 2 or 3 units at this stage of the game. Our Bulgarian has found himself all of a sudden in control of 800 stone, 550 gold. Not the greatest numbers, but you know what? It's free. It's on the map. You have control of it. And you got rid of 2 castles and a town center, so, and a whole bunch of villagers too. So, you know, enjoy the spoils of your war, because it looks like they're going to be very short-lived here as the Cuman returns with a big army to the center. Not really much going on here. Oh. I think my mic, my mic was glitching out there. Cumans, Kipchaks rather, get as much damage as they can and retreat. Take this area, he says. I don't see any villagers, even though there's 1. Enjoy mining all of those resources. There's not that much. Is he just going to push in through the center now? Now that he's seen that there's a huge chunk of the Bulgarian army is up here. I mean, this is about 1/3 of the Bulgarian army here. Let's see how well it does. Oh, you have to be so freaking careful with those siege onagers. Okay, 11, by the way, are going to see the barracks being constructed. What he's not going to see are the stables. So he's going to think this is a more barracks about to hit him, but no, there's actually stables that are doing the damage, or going to do the damage. A bunch of onagers garrisoned inside here. And the players have kind of carved the map up in half. This game is also pretty bonkers. Okay. Our Bulgarian says, you know what? Forget the town center. Why spend all that time? Even with a discount of stone, forget it. Spend a bunch of wood. Absolute terrible shots there out of the onagers. That doesn't... Oh, if he would have attacked there with the onagers. Doesn't really need them. Ooh, is this the moment? Is this the moment True was waiting for, to unleash those fiery balls on these halberdiers as they tinkle, tinkle? I love the sound. I love that sound. It's so Mickey Mouse. This town center is still not up. It's stuck. Arrested development with 300 HP. And all of a sudden, our Bulgarian army count down about 50. He's ahead in villagers. His base, yet again, super secure, especially against halberdiers. I don't think they're going to get too much done. Got to factor in dead villagers all the time, but I don't think they're going to get too much done. What did manage to get done here is getting these villagers off of this gold. But the game has kind of slowed down. All of a sudden, we're back to where we were the last 40 minutes. The last 50 minutes with PoLaR, our Cuman, having set up shop right in front of his opponent's settlement on Center Island here. And our Bulgarian just holding. Our Bulgarian and our Cuman are both at 200 population. And our Bulgarian using this, like I said before, an incredibly safe economy, an incredibly safe settlement, has just replenished his army in the blink of an eye. So now he's only down, instead of 50, he's down 4 army supply. But the next wave of Cuman destruction is here. He's brought siege rams with him, a few halberdiers, which should be pretty good against the conics. But then the dismounted conics are going to wipe the floor with them. And now we've got towers being built here by our Cuman, who himself is getting pushed into with 22 hussars. Let's see how safe he is. Okay, so his base is also not terribly open and exposed. He's got castles and town centers in all the right places. But these hussars are going to be very annoying. And look at that reaction speed out of PoLaR. Amazing. His hussars are going to die in the center of the Bulgarian base's tower. Not too sure why he placed the tower here. Did this Krepos just go up? I feel like it just went up. Otherwise, I don't know that he would necessarily have been able to get these structures up. He will win this battle, I think. Or do a few dismounted conics win this? Nah, I think the halberdiers win this. These guys are still here from like about an hour ago. And the Kipchak's finally done. I was wondering, why have we not seen Kipchaks in the longest of times? Both players saying, you know what, forget the gold. Forget the stone. Let's just start attacking into each other. Or at least that's what the Cuman says as he runs into a bunch of hussars. No. But again, is this a distraction? Is PoLaR pulling his opponent this way while a whole bunch of hussars? We've seen him do it before. Is he going to get the onager? He does not. Doesn't notice. Is he going to get the trebs? He will not. Doesn't notice. Wow. 3 huge units that he could have gotten there. Instead, he is dying on a conic sword when he really didn't need to. He could have at least gotten... I mean, this is about 1,000 resources, right? Over 1,000 resources that he could have absolutely shredded of his opponents. And our Cuman infantry, not exactly known for their infantry, are moving out. Although halberdiers, pretty damn good for the Cumans. Not the worst halberdiers in the game. And Blue's back. He's brought foragers, he's brought construction people, he's brought Thor's Mjolnir with him as he now pushes in. But there's the Krepos that we saw before going to push him away. And yet again, the players kind of disengage, licking their wounds, waiting for the next attack, act, react. And yet again, our Bulgarian pushes in with more and more hussars. Ooh, I love this out of our Cuman, mixing in a bunch of barracks. I don't think these were here before, right? These are the kinds of questions you need to get used to when you watch my videos. I don't notice everything on the map. It's a nigh impossible. But I don't think these barracks were here before. I think he plopped these down. If he didn't plop them down now, he plopped them down earlier, obviously. But the addition of those barracks just means that he can reinforce and protect his villagers so much better. Okay, he is getting conics, but not too much damage. That's a good get for those halberdiers. So we've entered the phase of the game with a bunch of, I want to say guerrilla tactics. Asymmetrical, what was that? Asymmetrical tactics where small groups of units try to engage into heavily fortified areas and try to get some kind of damage done. It looks like Gray's units are moving the wrong way. What's going on here? This hotly contested piece of land. Our Bulgarian finally brings in some siege to try to clear this up, and it is going to be very well defended with 13 Kipchaks. And he's going straight for the Krepost. This is most likely would not have been my first target. The Krepost. Maybe the 2 stables, but it was first closest on the map because, yeah, again, you have to figure that these Kipchaks are gonna have to defend those rams, and they do not have the greatest armor, which is why the Krepos is targeting them down. He knows he's going down. He might as well take as many of his enemy opposing units to hell with him. Blue is long distance gold mining, and now he's back with his hussars. And this, come on. This is what, 10 army count that you are not using. Oh, the Bilbo Baggins Bulgarian two-handed swordsman makes an appearance with its Teutonic Knight level melee armor, 9 melee armor, which is the reason why that guy just absolutely demolished 6 halberdiers. And for the first time in the game, Blue is crossing the Rubicon here. I mean, he's got a lot of infrastructure to take care of first. Ooh, good attack rounds there out of him. A second great attack round out of True. He's got a lot of work to do to try to bust through the center, and then after the center to go into the actual settlement of his opponent. What are these halberdiers doing? Where? I'm trying to click one. Oh my god, I'm getting the farms. Okay, only 5 of them. It's I should be embarrassed, but I'm really not. I'm just old. I mean, look at this. Mini Teutonic Knight has to absolutely... He needs like 30 halberdiers to take him down. Oh my god, what an absolute epic attack round there. I'm glad we got the tip of that. Blue, how many kills for you? 45, only 3 friendly. Now that is an amazing ratio. That is the exact fantastic ratio you want to see as the first castle in the center falls. Now, my question is, why not just try to convert these buildings? You do have redemption, right? Bulgarians get redemption. Oh my god, he's finally using these units. 3 of them are going the wrong way. Oh, they're going the wrong way. The other 7 engage into a castle, and it looks like they got a good amount of villager kills, but ultimately a few lumberjacks are not going to sway the game. Oh my god. Is our Bulgarian going to push out with this crazy Bilbo Baggins unit? Oh mama, let's see it. Let's see them as they move out. There's a good amount of infrastructure here that he can engage unopposed, and he has, but he has been cleared up to the north. Our Cuman is using a lot of his army supply. He's got 75 halberdiers, not exactly the greatest army count. He's got 2 relics, which is why we see his gold count going up a little bit at a time. But out of 92 army counts, 70 is halberdiers. Ooh, enough is enough, he says. I let you cross the Rubicon. I let you dip your toe. I let you look at these snapper fish. But this river belongs to me and to the Cumans alone. But our Bulgarian is going to clean this up before the castle gets up. That is a very sour loss of momentum for PoLaR. Does he have any villagers left? No, he does not. But now his halberdiers, fresh from their experience demolishing structures, are heading south. There's still a barracks here training infantry. And these guys are still here on patrol. Okay, our Cuman massing his army in the center. One random miner waddles over to the gold. Again, not long distance mining this time because there is a mining camp, but again attempting to take that gold. Have England and the US ever fought over an island territory? I'm trying to think. I know, like, for example, I was going to make a comment about how this gold, because it's being so contested back and forth, it's kind of like the Falkland Islands, but that was not American, and an American situation with England. Have the US and UK actually ever had a territorial dispute over an island? I'm trying to think. Maybe in the Pacific, maybe in the Atlantic. I don't think so. Somebody in the chat let me know, somebody who knows history a little bit better than I do. But this is a big run by 20. But look at this. Look how quickly they melt to this absolute crazy chessboard of Kreposts. 20 has already become 10, and they just reached their destination. Man, a lot of people talking about Georgians. A lot of people talking about that fortified church being the absolute boss defensive structure, the Georgians being the turtlest of turtle civilizations. This game, though, true is showing us the true, no pun intended, power of a Krepost. Both players have no gold at all. Both players have no stone at all. PoLaR's got no food. True has got 19,000 wood. I mean, what the hell are you doing with 19,000 wood? And why do you still have lumberjacks at this point? Delete 20 of your lumberjacks. Delete 30 of your lumberjacks. And start adding in more hussars, more Bilbo Baggins, more halberdiers. You don't need 20,000 wood. Or maybe you can build, I don't know what, 100 onagers with that amount of wood, right? 150. Doesn't have the gold for it at all, though. It looks like blue is starting to attack here as well with his units. Onager, you're gonna do something about it? Your home is being attacked here, the siege workshop. And blue's back with the Krepost 3 villagers. He's training more and more two-handed swordsmen. He has defended yet again at home, but look at the HP on these hussars. They're at half HP before they even reach the killing fields. And then once they do, they just get absolutely wrecked. Blue has secured the back. Blue has secured the south. Now he's running into some Cuman watchtowers. At the same time, he's continuing to attack, but the lightning fast Cuman units are being thrown around the map. Oh my god, they finally, by virtue of sheer dumb luck, have managed to run into a bunch of villagers. Wow, this looks like the beginning of the game with all these fast Cuman units. I mean, I don't see paladins, I don't see step lancers, but this very much looks like the beginning of the game. This time, though, these two-handed swordsmen, I think, are going to be very difficult for these hussars to deal with. These hussars not the strongest. They attack on an 11 against a unit with 9 armor. 2 damage. You need 30 swipes of your sword to kill a two-handed swordsman, basically. And by the way, how many kills on these guys now? All of a sudden, 19, 20 kills, 15 of them economic. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That is a sour loss there. Both players losing villagers, both players sitting at the exact same villager count. Our Cuman ahead about 10 army count, but his castle falls. And now the towers are next. That being said, True is having a very difficult time crossing this piece of water, crossing this real estate. It's almost cursed, like the Bermuda Triangle here for him. No one taking these fish. I'm surprised. Not even shore fish. Okay, another terrible onager shot there out of gray. Another terrible onager shot there. But he's got so many Kipchaks. 59 kills for 29 is pretty damn good. Our Bulgarian tries to close in on the siege. Fails. And tries a second time. He's going to get it now. Oh my god, I think that did more damage to the Kipchaks than it did to the hussars. Both players have had enough. They are just going to butt heads here in the center. Again, tinkle, tinkle, go the halberdiers. No more sideswipe. What are you? You are villagers getting wood. I mean, both players with this fascination for wood right now. I guess our Cuman probably needs it a bit more. He's only got 65. No, actually, their food count, their farmer count is identical. Oh my god, but I guess you want to build Kipchaks with your limited gold. That was a decent attack around there. Clips a few of those hussars, but does ultimately pay the price. Army counts identical, villager counts identical. Both of them were at 80, 115. Ooh, one onager for either player here would make this so juicy, so disgusting. Kipchaks are doing whatever they possibly can to help out their halberdiers. Hussars should not be engaging into this. But does our Bulgarian care? He's got 3,000 food. Enough to train 40 more. I mean, look at that. He's going up to 60 more hussars. He says to the caster, hey, why the hell would I stop at 40? 60 is the number of thy counting for those of you of the Monty Python frame of mind for the holy hand grenade. And Gray gets pushed off the wood line here. His army count is rising. He's got Hussars and Halbs against Hussars and Halbs. 20 Kipchaks, though, are the difference. These guys are going to play a very important role in what is, I'm hoping, about to happen, which is more and more battles and contestation of this part of the map. Okay, again, a raiding force that yet again hits half of their HP before getting anywhere close to their intended targets. It's so much fun to watch this. This is so ridiculous. What an absolute surround and gangbang of these two-handed swordsmen. Get rid of these barracks already. Our Cuman needs to do something here. Stop this annoying flow of two-handed swordsmen from the north. By the way, there's free food here. I wonder why our Cuman went after the wood and not the food right now. He needs Hussars. Although Kipchaks also he needs. How many has he got now? 23. Kipchaks are going to absolutely slaughter these halberdiers. 102 kills. Now 5-1. 20 Kipchaks with 100 kills is a wonderful ratio here for PoLaR. These guys are getting so much bang for their buck. And oh no. For a second there, it looked like those villagers were in trouble. But now these guys are at half HP. And they're heading straight into what? Ooh, an undefended wood line. Gray knows. But what can he do? He needs that wood. His villager count is sub 100 for the first time in a long time. Kipchak's being drawn out of position by a few Hussars. Great move there out of True. And this is why I love center infrastructure. When you're putting on the aggression, build as much as you can in the center, because True has to accomplish 3 things right now. Number 1, if he wants to push out, he's got to destroy this army. Number 2, once he destroys this army, he's got to destroy this infrastructure. And then number 3, once he does that, he's got to push into the settlement. Whereas Blue is already here. His Gray, rather, is already here. 2 out of 3 steps are already accomplished. Now he's raiding more to the back. But he's starting to fall below his opponent's villager count significantly, which may not hurt him in the immediate future, but definitely will hurt him in the long run. But look at this, 46 Hussars being trained for our Bulgarian, 4 being trained for our Cuman, who is now out of food. Uh-oh, things are not looking good here for our Brit. That being said, the Kipchaks are the game changer. 154 kills! Wow. Just keeping them alive so long. Add in a monk or 2 maybe to heal these guys. Not that you have the gold for it. Oh, what was the point of this? 10 of them just go in the middle of nowhere, take a whole bunch of HP damage. Our Bulgarian will just keep throwing units at this ad infinitum. He is going up to 70 Hussars. He can keep doing this all day, Captain America style. Whereas our Cuman, even though he's got 71 villagers on food, he's not training, he's not producing that much. I'm hoping he's building his halbs out of these barracks. Yes, he is. Man, the Kipchaks. Now, what do you do here? Do you target the Hussars or do you target the two-handed swordsman? Probably the two-handed swordsman, right? Because that makes your army more powerful here. But if you target the Hussars, then you can run around the two-handed swordsman and go do raiding. I don't know what the right answer there is. A whole bunch of infantry. The right answer is that these Kipchaks are absolutely going to have their way with this infantry. Will they lose a single one? Oh, he loses one. That was unnecessary. These Kipchaks are the saving grace. Not something you hear at all, but oh, more villagers are being exposed here. Okay, a good Krepos placement. Two-handed swordsmen. Look at their HP bars. Look at this. Look how little damage they actually freaking do or get done to them. Oh my god. The Bulgarians, just such a versatile civ. They have so many tools at their disposal. Kipchaks are good. Finally trying to stem the flow of these infantry units, but they're not going to demolish. I guess maybe they will with their multiple arrows. No real attack bonus against buildings. And this barrack still has 900. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. He gets surrounded. How many Kipchaks are left? Only 18. and they are running to the safety of the docks. Okay, maybe look at their HP. Holy moly, almost just under 600 out of 1,000. Yikes. But our Cuman is unrelenting. He's training 4 Hussars at a time, but he keeps throwing them into our Bulgarian base, and now our Bulgarian is doing the same, and this is a bit more exposed than our Bulgarian base. So he's going to find a lot of damage here. Our Cuman finally getting his villagers up to over 100. At the same time, they both dropped to sub 100. And now we're entering the stage of the game where who can raid the other the best, and True evens it up. Let me just click that before I go bonko. Oh my god. What an absolute beast of a game. Look at that kill count yet again. 5% difference, less than 5% difference in kill count. Look at the villager kill count. Look at the resources. Wow, let's dive into the numbers. 613 Hussars, 716 Halbs. I mean, look at the economy difference. What is that, 2% economy difference? Trash resources going to our Bulgarian just by a bit. And gold and stone going to our Cuman. Of course, he controlled Center Island for about a million bazillion years. 2,225 kills. 2,111 kills. Oh my god. Total army counts. Look at these numbers. Mamma mia, that was an absolute crazy game. I am super glad the players didn't go Navy for very long on the game. Again, 2 very lackluster naval branches for these 2 civilizations. But ultimately, this was just a game of will. You know, the last game, True, rather PoLaR, my bad, had a few cool moves. This game, True, had a super cool move where he just absolutely made himself unbreachable, even though at the end he did manage to lose a bunch of villagers. And I'm happy to report that this town center is finally up. Ultimately, though, this game really was just a battle of wills. PoLaR set up camp here literally 5 minutes into the game and just threw wave after wave after wave after wave of Cuman. Lightning fast units, Kipchaks galore, but 13 Kipchaks, 47 kills. This is a ratio you want to see. Ultimately, though, I think this run by here by these Hussars are why he GG'd. Do I think he should have GG'd? Maybe not. He still does have a decent army count, but his resources are shite. And our Bulgarian has 27,000 wood. I don't know what our Bulgarian is going to do with 27,000 wood. I mean, he probably could have ended the game about 20 minutes ago had he just deleted all his lumberjacks or sent them into to die over here while they attack something and just replaced all what it used to be, 40 something with Hussars. I think he could have ended this game maybe 20 minutes earlier. I'm shocked that there's still stone on the map. The contested Falkland Island gold is no longer present, unless somebody in the chat came up with a historical example of when these two nations fought over an island or some kind of small piece of land like the Falklands. In any event, an hour and a half into the game, it is our Bulgarian who made himself as turtley as possible, who ultimately takes the game. And I guess I was wrong. I guess he didn't need 1, 2, 3 stages to win the game. He just needed 1. Got rid of the Cuman army here and then raided the back. And with that raid, he takes game number 4, evens up the series. Oh man, please let game number 5 be as bonkers and as awesome and as long as this one. But in any event, whatever it is, doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or an hour. So far, all the discussion of this series have proven absolutely to be right. And that was just an absolutely exciting game. And I'm going to stop saying absolutely so that we can dive right into game number 5. Game number 5 is upon us. We've got 2 games apiece and a final 5th to determine whether it will be Old Glory that flies high on the flagpole or Union or the Union Jack. And I honestly, looking at these 2 civilizations, first of all, I love that we've started with a bit more of a standard Arabia style map, But these two civilizations could not be more apropos of the series that we've watched. Two tank civilizations. One with siege that comes with melee armor. One with siege that comes with blast radiuses like up the wazoo. One with incredible camel riders that take less damage. One with paladins that have extra armor. One with basically an impervious unit, the Teutonic Knight, against one with one of the strongest infantry units, but somewhat fragile, the Shotel Warrior. I am absolutely stoked, absolutely excited, and absolutely in love with this series so far. This has just been a pleasure to cast. GG to both players. I know I say it all the time at the end of my videos, at the end of my games that I cast, but honestly, GG to both freaking players for putting on an absolute crazy set in this winner's match. Whoever wins doesn't matter to me as the caster, like I always say, until they invent a way to gamble. And I'm sure some European online casino that I probably have signed up for in the past 5 years will invent a way to gamble on Age of Empires. But until that happens, as long as we get to see fantastic games, I am here for it. Never discount Teutonic castles with frickin' carenellations. 15 range. So if you're not familiar with how Royal Heirs works for the Ethiopians, every camel unit, every Shotel Warrior, just those two specific units, they take 3 less damage from all mounted units. Now, I don't expect to see any other mounted unit at this in this matchup except the Paladin. Okay, a few not great attack rounds there out of PoLaR. Gets a second good one here. The Paladin heading straight for that Onager. Should be able to get it, but will pay the price. And look at Shrew expanding to the left, to the north, to the northeast. PoLaR expanding to the south, also to the northeast. Both players, so much resting on the line here. Game number 5, decider game. Oh, siege on siege violence is just so freaking fun. And let's take a look at army compositions while they start battling it out in front of the Ethiopian base. Onagers for both, halberdiers for both, heavy camels versus paladins, arbalests versus nothing. Machine gunners. Don't call them arbalests, call them machine gunners. These guys fire as fast as Mangdai. 1.4 second delay. Let's watch them in... Oh, and look at that speed. That's just ridiculous. Ooh, but they gotta back away. They see the onagers heading over as the camels start aggregating here on the left. These are purpose-built units, the camels. Oh, he's gonna kill more of his own halberdiers than he did. He didn't need to do that. His castle could have taken care of that. Now these camels, once the paladins have been depleted, need to go. They are here to kill paladins, and that's it. They cannot take on halbs. They can't take on Teutonic Knights. They definitely can't take on siege onagers. Oh my god. Look at how fast these arbalests are firing. This is ridiculous. Armor for our onagers. 4 armor. It is the only onager in the game to come with melee armor. But the blast radius for the Ethiopian siege units, I mean, I'm being drowned out by the sounds of bombardment. The blast radius, I want to take a look. It should be, what, 1.95 tiles? Almost 2 tiles? No, area of effect range 2 tiles. Okay. I thought 1.95. Why did I think that? Maybe because I'm an idiot. Oakley dokily, it is 2 tiles compared to the usual, what, 1.5? 1.55? Yeah. I think that might be rounded up. I don't know why, but I feel like torsion engines gives you 0.45 tiles improvement. I don't know. In any event, it doesn't really matter. 1.952. I don't want to be the only one who cares about numbers. Makes no difference. Let's take a look at the resources, by the way. 292 gold over here. Only 300 gold in this pile. There's one random patch of gold. Please have like 10,000 gold. Nope, 281. To the north, Teutonic Knights taking out camels. Like I said, they should not be taking on anything other than paladins. It looks like there's very little gold. No, there's a patch with 1346. But everything else seems kind of lackluster. Uh-oh. Are we going to have a quick game on our hands? I said it a few minutes ago. I want game number 5 to be even longer than game number 4. But with so few resources on the map, what do you do against machine guns? Even the Teutonic Knight, and we saw the Bilbo Baggins two-handed Bulgarian swordsman with 9 pierce. These guys come with 13. 13 melee armor, but only 6 pierce against the 10 attack. Okay, mutually assured destruction yet again. Siege Workshop will fall. Our Ethiopian rebuilding the infrastructure he lost here. He's going to take control of this very lucrative gold mine, King Solomon's gold mine over here. What are you? Oh, okay, only 200. So how much is in total here? Only 2,300 gold. Now, the cool feature about the Teutons is their light cavalry line. They don't get anything other than a scout. But remember, it is a scout with 2 extra melee armor and a good amount of pierce armor. So it can still get the job done. Now, the Ethiopians don't get bloodlines, which means ultimately their hussars are, yeah, you know what? I don't want to open my big mouth. Oh, terrible, 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 terrible. But, oh my God. Luckily for him, these halberdiers move back, but he's killing more of his own halberdiers. 19 kills, 9 friendly. That's more than 50% yet again. I mean, I don't want to say that I hope we get to the stage, 2 for 1, by the way, where we see hussars taking on scout cavalry units. But I kind of hope we do. I really want to see what the Ethiopian, because not only do they not have bloodlines, but they're also missing the last armor upgrade. And even these Teutonic Knights are going to have to be very cautious around these machine gunners. Look at how quickly they kill them. Holy shit. Shotel's doing what Shotels do best, which is raiding. They are absolutely weak AF. Only 50 HP, but with a 22 attack. Repairing the siege onager. He is to the left as more and more siege onagers move into the front. He's got to catch some of these Ethiopian archers if he wants to take the day here. Does our Teuton. What is he doing? He's got paladins. He's training more, but there's 4 of them here. Monk, hello. Do you not see the relic right in front of your eyes? And yet again, we hear the tinkle, tinkle. Okay, he said he's had enough. He guns down his own army. 13 kills, 6 friendly fire. Look at the Shotel warrior. I know exactly what PoLaR wanted to do there. He wanted to draw these onagers to fire on those Shotels right as they closed on the trebuchets, so that they would destroy their own trebs. Okay, it looks like he's aiming for this onager with the treb. Ooh, if only that... I thought he was going to get the paladin there. Okay, good get there for our Ethiopian. We'll get a second onager as these villagers... Where the hell do you think you're going? Carrying your big ingots of gold. This is quite the hero onager right now. Dies, but not before wrecking a whole bunch of HP off of these trebuchets. And looks like the paladins are making themselves known here to the back of PoLaR's base. PoLaR's got to be so careful. He's still got 2,500 gold, so he is ahead in the gold lead, but a few onager shots are enough to change all of that. Onagers are a split-second game-changing unit. With a good attack ground, with a good catch, they can absolutely change the fortunes from prince to pauper, or from pauper to prince. Ooh, that's something we see every day. Shotel warriors taking on those tankier Teutonic Knights with 7 melee armor. Goodbye, villagers, he says. No more gold for you. He knows this is the lucrative pile. You can't let your opponent mine that. Oh, these guys are so traumatized. They've moved all the way back here. PoLaR is not raiding at the moment. True is not raiding at the moment. Both of them are losing significantly expensive units. Significantly expensive. That doesn't make any sense. Very expensive units. Shotel's closing. This is exactly what he wanted to happen last time. That volley. Okay. Bit of a misclick there. That volley took down a whole bunch of HP of these paladins. I mean, they're still at 3,100 HP. They're still pretty damn tanky. There's 2 of these guys guarding the relic. He wants to make sure if his opponent goes out with a monk, that monk is not returning home. What's the relic count? 1-0 at the moment. barracks being placed. Looks like this siege workshop has been forgotten. True yet again, with a huge wood lead. Man likes his wood. Taking a favorable trade there with the onagers. One more volley should be able to get the treb. Not too sure where the paladins think they're going. They're going to snipe. He says, I don't want you to snipe my trebs anymore. This one pile of gold is making me laugh a lot. I don't know why the hell it's there. 2,000 stone in this patch. Both players, very similar military, very similar economies. Both of them capped out already at 200. I thought he forgot about the siege workshop, but no, he sends a villager forward to repair it. Oh, 1, 2, 3, and it is donezo. And now these halberdiers also, by the way, with extra armor, anything that comes out of this structure, anything that comes out of this structure, I guess I could have just pointed on this screen to both, comes with extra melee armor, 2 extra melee armor at this point. Doesn't look like anyone's contesting this 2,300 patch of gold. Camels are making a resurgence here, no wonder, with all these paladins. And by the way, that's what the, never mind, where's his last camel? There you are. That's what that... Actually, not the camel, the paladin. My goodness. The cavalry resistance -3. That should be called royal errors. I don't know why it says cavalry resistance. Onagers try. Oh, the area of... How did that not kill this other... I thought for sure that was going to kill that onager. That is sour. That is very sour as the paladins eviscerate this gold line. 13, 14 kills, 12 of them villagers. Wow. What an absolute game of bonkers onager shots so far. Getting whatever kill he can. Very opportune kill. Okay, this paladin. Oh, no. It's finding a lot of good kills here. Is it one of these? No. Where the hell did this paladin come from? Was it the one from up here? I thought that one got killed by Shotel warriors. 5 kills already. Town center falls. Neither player wants to engage too far into the depths of the other one's base because there are onagers. Oh, even the paladins are going to have a tough time killing these guys with these machine gunner arbalests. But no, he's surrounded on 3 sides. Let's see how this works out for our Teuton. Not great, I don't think, but the question is not so much how will it work out for those paladins, but how many of these units is he going to kill? Gets a treb, will he get another? Is Great paying attention? Hello? Okay, wow, does soften it up so that the area of effect, the trample damage, if I can again use that term for these big flaming balls, is enough to get that treb to the side. Does manage to take down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost, I think maybe 7 arbalests, which is not bad for the cost of an onager. This town center is not going up. These guys have finally been activated. Looks like this is the second one that was here guarding the relic, and the players have kind of disengaged. Just microing their onagers. How many? We've got 1 Teutonic, 10 Ethiopian onagers. Where the hell did you come from? Gold piles identically terrible. Food count better for our Teuton. Wood count, of course, better for True. And stone, our Teuton has 3,000 stone. Oh, that was a good softening attack there. Get rid of a whole bunch of HP. Why is our Teuton not pushing out with those crenellations castles? I mean, a push somewhere here would do fantastic. Imagine a castle here, here, and here with 13 range. That would just absolutely gut the Ethiopian economy. But for now, he's focusing on defending himself against Trebs. There's a scout that I saw a second ago. Oh, he's training more scouts. And now he's training Hussars. Oh my God, my dreams came true. My dreams came true. For a split second there. Okay, so let's highlight the Hussar. And let's highlight the Scout and take a look. So the Scout only has 10 less HP. Attacks 2 less attack. But the Hussar has 2 melee armor. This one has 3 melee armor. So 9 minus... It's a 7 damage. So 11 shots... 11 swipes of the Teutonic sword needed to kill a Hussar. 11 minus 5 is 6. 11, it's the exact same. If this... unit went up against the Hussar, they would take each other out. 11 swipes. How crazy is that? the power of armor on a unit and the power of missing armor on the other unit. How bonkers is that, that a scout and a hussar both need the same amount of swipes of the sword to kill each other? Unless I'm wrong, unless my math is wrong. Sometimes I've been known to incorrectly add or subtract. Don't tell my parents who sent me to Cuman when I was a younger kid. Okay, Ethiopian tries to mine this gold. Why don't you take this one? And in come the scouts. 6 pierce armor. Now, what they are not equal at killing at, I think, is probably villagers. But you know what? It's still a trash unit and still attacks on a 9 compared to an 11. Not a huge difference. Another Ethiopian Treb falls, but he loses a whole bunch of units, does True, in getting that Treb. Mining the gold. Tinkle, tinkle, go the halberdiers as they try to take down these siege workshops. Now we're going up to 6 onagers to 8. 8 Trebs to 5. And this is what was missing from a few of the earlier games. Some of those big, fat, destructive units, which I'm so happy we're seeing right now. And he's even got onagers here, or at least one onager here. There's a villager here you might want to kill. Now she does the dance of avoiding the fiery balls, which kind of sounds like an STD, but no. In Age of Empires, fiery balls are a good thing. Towers are starting to get taken out. Our Ethiopian supply of gold is starting to run a little low. I don't see any other gold patch out on the map for either player. I see this pile, I see this pile, I see this pile, and I see a whole bunch of dead people. Trebs yet again. How are they taking so little damage? Is this high ground, this rocky area? Is that higher ground? Our Teuton mixing in. Oh, skirmishers, not the greatest. Missing bracer. So they cap out at a +3 attack instead of the max attack. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Not too sure what the right move here is for our Teuton, but I don't think skirmishers are it. He's got a good amount of gold. Might want to invest that in some more paladins. Where are you going? Oh, so he's going after stone. He's got 3,000 stone. Are we going to get to see a castle push? Our Ethiopian is blowing all of his stone on towers at the moment. Not the worst decision to zone out. I guess by the time these towers fall, he'll have collected maybe enough stone. No, but these 4 villagers are very poorly placed on the wrong side of the quarry. Okay, now they automatically, the AI automatically retargets them. Skirmishers trying to avoid Trebs. Everyone is trying to avoid onager shots. That's the best game, when everyone just wants to avoid onager shots. Good attack there by our Teuton. 31 kills, only 1 friendly fire. Now that is a fantastic ratio, as I said earlier when we saw similar numbers last game. But in comes our Ethiopian. Unfortunately for him, there are a few onager sharks circling the northern waters here. Both players 80 odd army count. Both players sitting at a good healthy villager count. It's our Teuton at 114. Now remember, Teutonic farms are a lot cheaper than normal farms, which means that at the end of the day, he can produce a lot of food intensive units, which is why he's got 8,000 food. Look at the resource difference right now. Our Teuton has more food than our Ethiopian has total resources. He's got more wood than our Ethiopian has total resources. In fact, I think he's got more stone than our Ethiopian has total resources. So not good news bears for our Ethiopian, who loses control of this gold pile right now. He's got 593 gold left. It looks like this gold mined out very quickly, and in come. And this is exactly what he wanted. He wanted the onagers to get all that friendly fire. 17 kills, 6, 19, 6 friendly fire. Not terrible, not great. But another onager moves in. Oh, we love our onager shots on this channel. Onagers taking out onagers. Halberdiers taking out a mining camp. I mean, the players are making it very easy for me to cast this game. They're just basically going straight up the guts at each other. And yet again, just like last game, we find ourselves in a position where True has claimed the center of the map. PoLaR, rather, has claimed the center of the map. True finds himself on the defensive. This time, though, no creposts are available. What he does have is 4,500 stone. Now, the question is he going to sell that stone if or when he needs to? Or will he place down a whole bunch of castles like I hope he does? What is attacking you? Oh, there's another Teutonic army here. What is our gray Ethiopian bringing to deal with this? Nothing. He is not letting anything distract him from his push. Where are these arbalists? By the way, 128 kills for 50 of them is a pretty good ratio there for PoLaR. But why are they down here? Okay, they're heading this way. They are going to deal with the halberdiers, but okay, not exactly lightning fast, are they? More structures falling for both players. We've essentially created a demilitarized zone here in the center of the map where there is not a lot of infrastructure. Arbalests, get your asses up here now that... I mean, I guess they're taking on Trebs, not the fastest moving, packing, unpacking. Not exactly Japanese Kataparuto Trebs. So we'll see when the Arbalests finally get there. But now our Ethiopian using those Hussars to raid. Ultimately, though, they all die. Again, the last game he had Krepos. This game he's got 13 range castles. So True getting a good draw there, picking good civs for their defensive structures. And now he's going to shoot all these miners away, but the damage is already done. The stone has already been mined. This and this, I believe, are the last patches of gold on the map. Wood is also starting to become very scarce in the back position. Actually, no, never mind. I retract that statement like a newspaper that puts out a false story. Let's see what the hell. Okay, now this is not a good move. Oh, you're going to lose a bunch of these arbalests. Actually, maybe not. He's doing fantastic movement there out of PoLaR. So far, he's only lost a few. That could have gone a lot worse. Okay, now they're getting picked off one at a time. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, from our last premiere, we've got Alfred the Alpaca. Let's follow him as he adorably waddles. Oh, he meets another Alfred the Alpaca. A ship. Oh, what was that? Can you guys hear that? I hope you guys can hear that in the chat. In the as we watch this game, because I could definitely hear those slogans. I want to say that what do the units say? Whatever the hell they say. What is our Teuton going to do with 4,500 stone? That is the $1 million question. Where is there an onager? Oh my god, what a concealed onager here. Holy shit, I didn't even see that onager. Not that that's saying anything. I told you before, I rarely see everything that's going on the map. Weak hands, weak eyes. Terrible back. Welcome to the life of a 41-year-old man. Hussars raiding the front perimeter. Shotels are being added into the mix as well. But again, they're attacking houses underneath a castle. Halberdiers are going to win the battle against their fellow halberdiers, but in come the machine gunners who will take out all of these halberdiers. What are you? Yet another force of Halb Treb to the left. Another force of Treb skirmisher to the right. Blue is enveloping his opponent little by little, but Gray is going again straight up the guts. And there's a lot of production here. There's a lot of stables, 4 barracks. He's got a bit more, but only 2 of each. Off to the wings, so there's a lot of damage that can be done here, not including these 2 siege workshops and these 2 castles. There's a lot of innards here in the center of the map. I mean, the kills on these guys must be 200 by now. No, 112. Oh, he did lose a whole bunch of them to the north. I forgot. Trying to squeeze in like me in an airplane, trying to squeeze by the person to get to my window seat, but ultimately does take down. I am shocked that he managed to take down that onager. I didn't think he would. Okay. Blue is setting up a bit of a run by. He's setting up a bit more infrastructure here. What is True going to do with all that stone? I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but honestly, what the hell is he gonna do with... He's still mining stone. He is still mining stone and training trash halberdiers. Is there a play here? What is he doing? Look at his resources. 9,000 wood, 13,000 food, 4,600 stone. He can lose these armies for days, and now the scouts are moving in. Let's see how many kills they actually managed to get. 6 is not bad. Villagers with 2 armor against the attack of the 9, so 7 damage to a villager means what? 8? No. 6. 6 swipes of the sword needed to kill a villager. But it doesn't matter, they're doing it. Oh no, though. The center is under attack. The combo of these arbalests and halberdiers should take out 2 of these 3 trebs. Unless he focuses on the 3rd. No, he's all of a sudden refocused his units. Gets all 3 trebs. That is 1,200 resources that our Teuton just lost. And he's down to 4,500 stone. I guess he was repairing a castle somewhere. Ooh, you're not mining this gold, he says. By the way, is this like cursed? Why is no one taking this gold? I mean, it's no less risky than this gold. I don't think. Machine gunners gunning down yet another row of halberdiers to the north. Somehow our Teuton has managed to get 4 on... Excuse me. Tickle in my throat. 4 onagers. Oh, but they wrecked their own. 28 kills. Okay, only 3 friendly. True's onager control is fantastic. Not only this game, we saw it last game as well. It was absolutely great. And he is now spending his 10,000 food. Oh my god, I just hiccuped. I am so sorry. I'm gonna make a note to edit that out of the video, but in case I don't, I do apologize. I don't know what's going on. I guess after 2.5 hours of casting, I guess a few hiccups isn't the end of the world. But I'm gonna tell True the same thing I told him last game when he had way too many resources. Delete 30 of these villagers. Delete all of your villagers. Build 32 scouts. Go raid the hell out of your opponent. And it should pretty much be GG at that point. I'm going to tell PoLaR the same thing. Except he doesn't need... Or he doesn't have a lot of wood. What is he building? Okay, no, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to tell PoLaR the same thing because he needs every log of wood for these halberdiers, these arbalests. 177 kill for 50 of them is pretty damn good. Okay, he's pushed blue back to the south. To the north, though, is a different story. He's set up a bunch of infrastructure, has True.
Good God, your hands are cold. What's up?
I love these alpacas. Oh, he walled himself in with a few houses. I'm not sure if that somebody in the admin, I don't know, does this violate the rules of the tournament? Or is it not, you can't wall with stone walls? In any event, whatever it is, I don't know where these guys are going. Taking a bit of a tour here of their opponent's base. And now the players at the 58-minute mark of the game have disengaged. The Hussars are here, though. Is he going to get it one more? Yeah, he's going to get the Treb. So the second last Treb of the Ethiopian does ultimately end up falling. And now look at the minimap. True, again, has expanded all around the map. From the 9 o'clock position all the way to the 3 o'clock position. There's a bunch of halberdiers here, but there is a castle. And there are 2 onagers who are, okay, just woke up, I guess, from their nap. They need to get their butts in action here. What the hell are they doing all the way back here? So far, we're an hour into this game. And like I said last game, I hope we get to see an hour and a half and more, because so far this is amazing. But unfortunately, look at PoLaR's resources. He's out of gold. He's out of stone. He's out of food. He's got a good amount of wood. He still has all of these guys alive. But our Teuton is just light years ahead of him when it comes to resources. And he gets another Treb and will get this a bit of damage on the tower. Look at this traffic jam here. Only 2 halberdiers attacking while 2 villagers repair. I'm going to give that to the villagers. And all of the halberdiers here have been taken care of by a combo of Teutonic Knight, Town Center. Onager's got 10 kills, 1 friendly, and the castle, 82 kills for this castle. Oh no. 50 arbalests have become 45. No, they clumped. They clumped. Oh no. 50 have become 21. Oh, that was a sour loss for our player who doesn't have the gold to replace those units. Oh, the pathing, the clumping, all of it. Oh, okay, that was good. That was risky as well. They kind of stopped the fire on that one onager, but the hussars helped out bigly. He's going to manage to get this. No, he doesn't. Melee armor for the win. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I thought he was going to distract him with the halberdiers while he gunned him down with the onager, but all of a sudden, 150 population. Like I said earlier, game-changing blink of an eye unit. 23 kills, only 3 of them friendly. Man, siege onagers, you always have to be on your toe. You have to have such exquisitely good micro. You have to be able to pop in between screens. I mean, there's a lot of the Ethiopian army back here. Whoa, what army count is this? 18 army supply out of 80. About 20% of his army is just in the back of his base. And in come the scouts. Our Ethiopian is sub 100 villagers. Will he get the treb? He gets a first good shot at it. Now the hussars are raiding. It looks like they killed a few. No, never mind. These are just fresh recruits. Gray is kind of inside his quadrant of the map, but like I said before, there's a DMZ here. Whoa. PoLaR. There was a DMZ. I wonder why he GG'd. And it is true. It is Old Glory that ends up flying on the mast of this best of 5. Holy moly. What an absolute fun last game. And we got to see it all. Everything I mentioned in the beginning. We got to see the siege with armor versus siege with bigger blast radius. We got to see Teutonic Knights for a little bit. We got to see Shotels for a little bit. We got to see Paladins and Camels for a little bit. Wow. That was just an awesome game, but ultimately, I mean, look at the scores. About 20% ahead in the score, and look at the resources. Where the hell did he spend 1,200 stone? Did he build 2 castles while I wasn't looking? That's crazy. True. For the second time this series, I think, just does win, but wins with way too many resources in the bank. 686 halbs, 702 halbs. I mean, these guys win because of the extra 2 armor against this, even though there's some similar numbers. Okay, are we ready for this? Let's take a look at the economy. Okay, not bad. About 20% bigger economy. Relic gold going to our Teuton. I didn't even notice that he took 4 relics. Let's take a look. Wood, he's about equal. Food, holy shit, 25,000 food ahead. He's down about 4,000, which is very strange because he's ahead. What is this, 3,700 gold, but yet he's down almost over 4,000 gold. Okay, so this really helping out our Ethiopian. Stone, of course. I mean, I've been nonstop blabbing on about Stone the entire game. But ultimately, what I really suspect happened is that the Arbalest, just that onager shot was really demoralizing. You know, when you keep your units around for so long and they do such good work, they get so much damage done, and then you lose them, like I said, in the blink of an eye. Onager's just such a bonkers unit. It can change the game in the blink of an eye. And with the 50 arbs becoming 21, now 26, but now he's out of gold. And now he's being poked and prodded in multiple locations. He's got units here. I mean, he's got halberdiers everywhere, but you're not going to win the game halberdiers, especially not when they're back here. 26 of your 90 army count is back here. So 30% of your army is now there. Used to be 20, now 30. And your opponent is still pushing into you with trebs, even though what a cool ending animation. Ending graphic there, the big treb ball bursting out. But your opponent still has trebs, still has, holy shit, 15 siege onagers. Where are they? Okay, 2 here, 1 here. I mean, come on. Why are they all garrisoned? He could have won this game earlier with 15 freaking siege onagers, and now he's transitioning to champions. Not a single one on the field yet, but he is transitioning to champions. And champions, if they start raiding, then it's bad news bears for the Ethiopians, because halberdiers are not going to stand up against champions with, again, anything that comes out of this barracks. 2 extra melee armor, which means halbs do jack shit to it. These guys they can take on with their plus 32 attack bonus. They wreck the scout cavalry, I believe, in 2 shots, but champions are a different story. And I believe we did see still a barracks here, and he's starting to train them here. So ultimately, a fantastic game number 5. Let's take a look at the kill count. This time, True a little bit more, about 10-15%, I want to say, ahead of his opponent. Villager kills, also not the end of the day, about 53 dead villager difference. But wow. All the people who commented on Discord and on other social media that I read about this series being fantastic, you were not lying. Thank you for making me cast this, or for suggesting to me that I should probably want to cast this. And that was just an epic series, and I'm hoping that now that we're getting into the later stages of the fastest chaos deathmatch tournament, that we're going to get to see a lot more of these awesome epic matches, best of 5s going all the way to game number 5. And again, let me know if you can hear this. I'm going to be very, very quiet.
Did you wash before you touched me? What's up? Good God, your hands are cold.
I mean, good God, your hands are cold is probably something I say to my wife about 5 times a day, although substitute hands with feet. But that is just absolutely epic. I did not realize that Alfred the alpaca was a sassy man with a mouth, but I guess he is. Oh man, if you liked what you saw, then feel free to check out the link in the description for the fastest chaos, or enable notifications. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe, because there are going to be a lot more fun games as the pool of players gets smaller and smaller. I expect the game quality to go up and up, especially as the prize becomes closer and closer to their grips. And I really hope that, excuse me, I don't know, how long has it been? Like 2 hours, 2.5 hours? I'm surprised I can even talk. But yeah, stay tuned for a lot more deathmatch fun, and I'm going to have so much fun casting these games. I love deathmatch as a variant of Age of Empires, just because for these reasons alone. Everyone starts with a lot of resources. It sounds like a lot, 55,000, but ultimately within minutes, you can blow your entire bankroll, and then all of a sudden a few onager shots and your machine gunners are no more. But an hour and 4 minutes into it, it is True who takes the series. And yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, enable notifications. There will be more and more of these deathmatch games coming up, whether or not they're live or premiered, whether they're on my channel or the Otters or any other of my awesome co-hosts. There is a link in the description below, so definitely check it out. If you liked what you saw, if you didn't like what you saw, still hit that like button. You know, Age of Empires, we are a small community. We've got to help each other out. But that's it for me for today, tonight, this morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for putting up with my nonsense for as long as you have, and for enjoying some awesome Age of Empires battles. And yeah, until we see each other again, good luck, have fun, and yeah, see you all later. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.